morning. Happy Friday. It is Venusian Day. Strength, courage, believing in yourself is all you have to do. Having some faith in your love journey. Faith is what get things moving in the right direction for you. Happy Friday. Happy birthday to all my beautiful Cancers. Mystic Love Oracle. Gratitude. What's the tea? A little bit of naughty. We're going to look at the 5 good days ahead in the next 7 days when it comes to love. We're also going to talk a little bit about Mercury retrograde and why it's important. And we're going to look at the zodiac. I'm going to pick a zodiac for today for the 7-day love. I am, of course, Miss Marie, and this is Giving It to You Straight live from the East Coast. Happy Friday, love. In the words of Tina Turner, what's love has to do with it? Everything. Love is the glue, the cohesive that holds over time, right? When we make that decision to honor our values and the person and respect, commitment. So love has a lot to do with it. Let's go ahead. Hey, 7860. Is this Cancer reading? Happy birthday to all my beautiful Cancers. Yesterday was my daughter's birthday, so of course, I am so blessed to have a beautiful Cancer child, and I'm glad that the divine chose me. God chose me to bring her into this world. No, it's not a Cancer, but you could go ahead and ask a question. We're dealing with the Mystic Love Oracle. It is Venusian Day as we enter this moment in infinite gratitude. Gratitude is a mindset that we must have. It anchors. It is a superpower. It anchors your choices, right? You're not one. Well, you're looking for a. I'm gonna bring this in the future. Right now, we are dealing with each day celebrating and entering into this beautiful, blessed day with Venus's energy and the intelligence. So, as I enter this moment in gratitude, I'm grateful for the eternal current of life moving through me and around me, for the beginning with every ending and the ending with every beginning. And I give thanks for the infinite intelligence that weaves all things together, the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. And I of course honor the endless expansion of my spirit, the limitless capacity of my heart, and the boundless field of consciousness that I'm part of. May my gratitude ripple outward without a limit, and may it be returned to me. Of course, multiply. If you have a question, go ahead. And may I remember that I am both finite in form and infinite in essence, and in this external exchange, the eternal one, right? Giving and receiving, I say thank you without any, it's with deep gratitude and appreciation. When we talk about cosmic spirit, before I get started here, for those of you that are new, our core essence, the sun, our identity, and the moon, the emotional nature. When we look at the outer planets, Neptune, Pluto, spiral, the spiritual and transformative layers, you are in one energy. You're a whole solar system, okay? So you are basically matter rearranged. You're not separated from the universe. You are a localized expression of it. Gravitation, yes, and all those beautiful things. I'm new. Hey, Francis John. What's up, John? What up, John? Happy Venusian Friday as we tap into Venus's energy and the intelligence. You know, I want this channel to be a portal from which we can glimpse a promise of the future. Of course, it is lit by trillions of stars. God will speed things up for you. Gratitude is the feeling that is already happening, right? And the magician's energy, in order to manifest through alignment, mind, thought, emotion, feeling, and action and behavior. Because what happens with gratitude, you'll lock in the emotional pieces into place. Because you can think positively, but you feel empty. But with gratitude, your whole system would agree. All right, that's the hidden power in gratitude. It doesn't bring things to you, but it makes you aware of what's aligned and what's already available. All right, it makes you aware of what's available. Exactly. So anchor yourself in gratitude, humble and grateful. Grateful for the healthy mind, the healthy heart, that your bills are paid, that you have a home, family, great friends, healing, and you don't need no one making decisions on your behalf, and that all your needs are being met. You have to create ripples. You have to step into that energy. You have to declare some things. You have to get in alignment. Okay? And one more gratitude energy for each and every one of you. I honor the journey that you are on. I honor the courage that it takes to seek truth. And I'm so grateful that today, again, in this moment, that our paths will cross again. It is a line. It is not random. All right? Everything that happens, it is a line. So I thank you for your own openness, your curiosity, and your willingness to grow. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy and your trust with me. This sacred space exists because of all our shared intentions to love and to evolve and to awaken. All right? Your energy matters and it's love for me. So I welcome you. This is where the stars, they speak through these cards, right? And they tell it like it is, giving your heart clarity, guidance, and a little magic along the way. Whether you're seeking love, understanding your relationship, guidance, or some support from the universe, you probably need some motivation, some inspiration, or you're trying to connect to your higher self. You're just in the right place for the moment. Beautiful setup. Thank you so much, John. I appreciate it. It is impossible not to be grateful. Yeah, but some people we forget because when it comes to it's not that we're grateful, it's that we forget to lock it in. We forget to lock it in. We miss opportunities because we're focusing on the loss, on the pain, and or how long it's gonna take. A lot of times when you get a lot of the aces, it means that you are right stepping into something new. It has no emotional history yet. All right, when you look at aces, you got to understand that those are not outcome, those are opportunities, and the way you bring things faster to you is by aligning and of course loving more on yourself and allowing. All right, and that means that you stop accepting less than you deserve and you communicate instead of test. All right, so that's basically it. All right, thank you so much. Mystic love, what is it about? And Venus's energy, what does it mean? Where is Venus currently at, and what should I be feeling? What energy should I be in despite of Mercury's retrograde? All right, because the moon gives you wisdom, and that moon is transiting in Aquarius. All right, so the energy there with the moon in Aquarius, emotions are okay filtered through logic and a desire for freedom. So you may feel called to think outside the box, connect with like-minded people, focus on your future visions rather than the past. No, I'm not living in the past. And detaching from an emotional drama and looking at the situations more objectively. All right, so we have this beautiful energy happening with the wedding Gibeus, and that's 88 92% illuminated. And as it's travel through Aquarius, reflection, wisdom, refinement, and share what you've learned. It's not a time. It's not a time to begin something completely new. Instead, the wedding Gibeus invites you to release habits that they don't serve you. Review the progress that you've made over the past 2 weeks, and offer your knowledge and experience to others. Step back and gain perspective before the next chapter. All right. I know you guys want to move quick. All right. And since Venus is in Leo, that energy is all about not only your confidence, your creativity, your generosity, expressing yourself, heartfelt expressions, but it also affects your emotional life, like your finances. It affects that. So financial energy here, and also we got Jupiter there as well. All right. So Venus energy today is encouraging you to express affection openly. Invest in creative projects. Let yourself be seen instead of hiding your talents. All right. Attract opportunities by leading with confidence rather than seeking approval. Okay. But again, today Moon's Venus alignment can temporarily create tension between emotional needs and desires. So you might notice a lot of mixed feelings in relationships, impulse spending, and comfort luxury, or a tendency to seek validation. Please understand where this energy is at. Venus, she expresses herself different. Each house is occupied. All right. So today's a great day. Brainstorm innovative ideas. Network with people who share your long-term goals. Polish or improve any existing projects, and think strategically instead of rushing your decisions. All right. You have to know where this energy is at. It's just that simple. You don't know, but I will help you understand, explore, and of course challenge yourself. Okay. Mystic Love Oracles and what it is. Who has a question? We're going to go to the Mystic Love Oracles. I'm going to explain a little bit about the Mystic Love Oracles. All right. It is July 3rd. Happy birthday to all my beautiful cancers. Again, may your day be full of bliss, joy, beauty, happiness all around you, but more important, love. Love does both things. It hurts, but it heals. The tension. If we take tension away, there's no story. There's no arc. There's nothing. The universe moves because of tensions. If you stretch it too much, it ruptures. And if you keep it so close together, it stagnates things. All right? Move your energy. All right? And so understand a little tension, capacity to hold, polarity. I'll be talking a little bit about all these things so you can understand the beauty in the mystic love, because that love is experiencing something deeper than ordinary attraction, romance, or attachment. All right? That basically is described as a feeling of profound connection with the divine, the soul, the nature, humanity, and all of existence, right? Which could be very overwhelming. All right? Unity, feeling connected to something greater than yourself. Unconditional love, that's what Venus speaks about. Loving without needing anything in return. Compassion and deep concern for the well-being of others. The sacred union, experiencing love as a spiritual, rather than what? Emotional, physical, transcendent energy, moving beyond the ego, fears, and the separatingness of our consciousness, right? Wiser. Hey, good morning, divine morning to you, all right? So when you see the lovers, that sacred union in alignment with the temperance, blending harmony, the star, spiritual connection and faith. And when you see the two of cups, all right, that's a soul level partnerships, okay? When you see mystic love, I love not because I need to possess, but because I recognize the same sacred essence in you and in myself. You got to get to that energy where, wow, I could recognize that in myself, all right? So when you see the intimate union with the sacred unseen life force, that it is in the flames of the heart, all right? The unconditional love and the Christ consciousness love. With one is with all and all with everything, all right? So when you understand that powerful force behind existence, and it can be tamed. We're trying to tame love. We try to make our love fit our own ego's plan, all right? It can be tamed. You have to understand love is freedom to express, to be yourself. If you love somebody, you might get a 7, 8, 10 years out of it. You know, we live through cycles, time. All right. So when you start understanding the mystical and spiritual perspective, all right. So from this physical space, right, as we understand that our thoughts are interwoven with the physical universe, existing beyond ordinary perception. So if you see only everything from your spiritual eyes, you have to change the lens a little bit. You have to raise your consciousness and become more aware of your place in the universe, all right? Your localized expression of it. Also, I'm Unity, expressing myself here, all right? So which could be very overwhelming, all right? And the physical universe is the visible expression. And when we look at, from a mystical view, and when we look at the unseen realm, it's the invisible essence that animates it, all right? Scientifically, it's not verified exactly yet. But I love Jesus Christ. So do I. So do I. All right. So express your feelings. Get in alignment for what you really, really want. You know, today's the day. If you answer defensive, protective energy, because a lot of times we show up with that energy, you know, I just learned how this is the way I'm supposed to be, because, you know, I've been hurt. All right. Dealing with what happened in the past, just dealing with a lot of the stuff that you are afraid to admit, because, the tarot shows that. All right. One of the things about the symbolism behind tarot and the deepness is that they're going to help you make conscious decisions instead of repeating unconscious cycles. They show you the truth of the moment, not fantasy, not fear. All right, just clarity and choices that, it gives you a language to what you already feel, but you may not be admitted because we live in denial, defensive, or avoiding things, all right? So how to reflect and what tools do I need? Because subconsciously, the hidden parts of the mind that influence thoughts and feelings, all right? So you have to really get into this, especially when your thought is part of a greater universal consciousness, and it reflects the same creative intelligence that exists within you. Your life is part of a whole of a larger cosmic journey. Okay, learning to explore and grow. All right. So just as the moon moves through these phases, so do we. Some days we're meant to shine brightly. Other days we just go to reflect and listen. All right. And let the moon remind you that every phase has purpose. Your soul already knows the truth, right? So our journeys are simply is to become more quiet enough to hear it. All right. So we look at the life force, the spirit. When we look at the sun, and when we look at the moon, we look at the receptive nature and the dark side of Mother Nature herself. All right, your emotional self. All right. So, hey Libra. Okay, if you have a question, go ahead. So we'll tap into a little bit of everything here. We're gonna see what you should be feeling today, because Venus is in the 5th house, and that is all my creative, heartfelt expressions here. All right. So man, if you say, man, I'm supposed to be feeling like that, I'm not supposed to be feeling gloomy. All right. Basically not. You know, when you look at Venus, she collapses if your energy and your self-worth drops. All right. So, yep. Let me see. I give everything and anything. Remember, Venus is give you the pleasures, all right? But when she's in the 7th house, it's all about taking accountability. Baby, baby, baby. Let's see what is in love. What's love's got to do? Anybody has a question? Relationship guidance. Francis John. Let's go ahead. Francis John. John Francis. Weiser with H. Oh, you got Weiser with H. I love that. Could I get a general reading for some advice? What's some advice you want? All right. Remember the card showed me the what's happening in the moment. All right. If you get aces, they're not outcomes, they are possibilities. It's something that is not, it doesn't have any emotional ties to them. It's something brand new, a brand new phase that you might be entering into a new phase and you might not be aware of it. And it's asking you to let something go before something new could grow in. All right. The death of the old self, the sovereign. So a lot of times when I get the awakening judgment, all right, because to advise to become more aligned with truth, all right, not louder, not harder, just clearer, all right. Let's go ahead. Go ahead. Ask me a question when you're ready to align with the Venus energy. Because it's not all about just she is one thing, but she's powerful, and you gotta learn how to work on your strengths here. Your creative side, the way you express yourself, while you holding on to your strength. And so, just if I hold on, just if they could change. All right, just learn how. The only thing is that you just gotta learn how to deal with things, and just get a little bit more assertive, and then how to tap into your soft and your power, your strengths there. Tap the hearts, guys, to connect with her for the reading. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Devos, what's up, D? All right, somebody took they like and they left. You can shove it up your hiney. I just like to get that out. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead, John. John. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It is a lot of people don't like to come on. They don't like to come on Fridays, so I don't get a lot of people on Fridays because we don't want to accept some. We're not ready. We're not ready yet. And it's okay. It's okay. I remember when I wasn't ready, you couldn't tell me nada. But when we understand that growth requires comparison, and the soul is going to evolve by experiencing polarity, light, dark, right, closeness, distance, and of course certainty and doubt. So it's going to evolve through that. Your soul has to go through these trials. It has to go through some trials, and if it doesn't go through the trials, you're going to be less stagnated. Experience them. All right, you get the 5 teaching. Yeah, I learned. Woohoo, I expanded. Now I'm expanded. Yay. That first heartbreak feels like you're not going to make it. And I tell you why. I remember I was so should I speak about me? I feel like I was ripping apart, but it just helped me grow. That's all. We love Fridays, Venusian Friday. This solstice, especially in Pisces. And I think I don't think the moon should be moving over there in just another day or so, or half a day. Man, I remember when I used to gag for love. Here it says here. What it says here? Love by the moon. but live by the sun. Move forward. When you learn the lesson, you can love by the moon. The moon represents love, but it gives you wisdom as you get older. All right? Love your Friday. Love the skin that you're in. It's okay. Love yourself into evolution. That's it. When it comes to evolution, just love yourself into it. It's going to hurt. Love hurts, but it heals. All right? And the sooner and the faster you understand tension, right? And when we start integrating love, the energy is all about letting your thoughts, feelings, and your words and actions align with the kind of love that you want to create. All right, and that requires taking what you learn and living it through your action, not just understand it. All right, I notice my emotions without denying them or suppressing them. Then I reflect. What is this experience in teaching me about love? Then I choose. Okay, I respond from my values instead of reacting from fear. And then I act. I show love through honesty, honest communication, healthy boundaries, kindness, and consistency. And then I just repeat it. These habits, right? You repeat these habits until they become natural to you. There's no need to be scared. Hi, how are you? There's no need to be scared. My Vedic is a moon with Rahu. Oh, with Rahu? Oh, okay. Rahu and Ketu in the 8th house. Oh, okay. I like that. I'm not tapping into that energy right now. We're looking at the uterus eating the nail. There's a mystical, there's a mythology, a story behind Rahu Ketu and the uterus eating its tail. I was looking into that, but all right. So anyway, listen. This is all about believing in yourself. All right. Appreciate yourself. Believe in yourself. You're not chasing. Okay. You got to match people's word. You don't assume. Forget about assuming. You try to fill in the gaps. Maybe nothing. It's been a week, 2 weeks, a month. You communicate. Hey, I noticed that you've been quiet. Is everything okay? Don't say it's me. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe if you have time. Oh, I know that you're busy. No, none of that. Forget about it. Don't do that. Be straightforward. Again, we like to live avoiding denial and defensive. If it's been more than a week, if you already started dating somebody 3 months, don't expect a miracle right away. Especially when you get the pentacles. All right? I notice that you've been quiet. Is everything okay? And you leave it there. You don't feel nothing else. All right? Responding through love instead of fear. Exactly. All right? Because fear is your alarm system. You're just not aware of your fear as an alarm system. Okay? You understanding fear through other ways of understanding it that hasn't been told the right way. Because at the end of the day, when you understand sacred pressure and trusting in your gravity, because if you remove tension, you remove meaning. No tension, no initiation, no growth, no archetype, no movement, no story, no art. You don't get that 10 of cups, all right? When you understand the universe expands under tension, all right? And a lot of cards, tarot spreads always shows conflict. They always show conflict before resolution. You don't skip the 3 of swords, go to the 10 of cups. And if you ask it also, then why does tension exist? That's not even the point, right? Because it's so arcane. It's can you stay present inside tension without collapsing, escaping, or forcing resolution? That's mastery. That's integration, and that's sovereignty. A lot of times, I always see here what kind of tension you're holding, and when you get to the you discharge it too fast, and then you got to come back. All right. A lot of you guys are being trained right now, and you might not understand it. All right. So let's go ahead, John. Understanding tension and integration, what the heck I'm doing, what is going on. And the most important thing, understanding Venus and where she's at right now. And what love has to do with it. It has to do everything. So, John, your question was, I didn't pin your question. We're scared. We don't like to see dignity, respect. We don't like to see none of that. Dignity, discernment, respect, honesty. No. It's crazy. I don't have dignity. Your values are going to show. All right. We gotta recognize some things here. Your dignity, your self-worth, your respect. Why, sir? Who asked me the first question? Just say I have a question, and then when I call you, comment down below. Hey, Kenzie. I gotta go turn my fan, my fan. I got my fan. I gotta go turn my my AC on. It got hot. It got hot. It's getting hot in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I gotta get her up. I gotta go. Who we? I give anything and everything to please you. Who's in love? You better listen. You gotta welcome love, express love. Are you offering a free reading? These are questions. Relationship guidance for Francis. All right, Francisco. All right. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna look into here. All right. I'll be right back. I need to understand a few things. If you like, all right. You don't have to. You don't have to. You can get a quick message. All right. Let's see what they're asking you. Are they giving you? Are they encouraging you? A lot of times I get the sun, the star, the fool. It has its nuances, and that's what gives tarot so much richness, because there's so much mystery behind it. Am I encouraging you? Because it's very contradicting, right? when we look at it. And so when we understand sun, moon, and that energy, because it contradicts the other, all right? But neither one of them cancels each other out. It has a nuance. Man, they telling me to go for it. Do I go for it? Yeah, but I don't. You could do it without discernment. You'll know, right? Because you have your animal. We're looking at human intelligence and animal instincts at the end of the day, all right? And we have a lot of things that are working on our behalf, all right? Do you trust yourself? Do you trust your own judgment? All right. Let me go turn up a roof. Ooh wee. I give everything and anything to please you. Oh man. 'Cause all I wanna do is please you. I'm sorry, guys. It is that energy of love. And love is very misunderstood. It's not until we get confused by love that we know what love came to teach us. All right. When we get into the highest, or when we at least try, to connect with the highest vibrational frequencies of the universe, when we start harmonizing with the intelligence of the universe, when we understanding the power that's in us. I don't like to use a lot of words that other people use, so don't put me in a category with everybody else. That's not where you'll find me. You find me authentic, true here. All right, not repetitive. Putting the same videos over and over again. When I don't understand things, that's not gonna happen here. Leaving you more, asking more questions then. All right, and then you believe it because, all right, because you don't know no better. But anyway, let's go ahead. Devo's fiance. I have been on a spiritual journey for about a month. Good for you. And I feel a bit stuck. May I have some guidance from the divine? The problem is that spirit has a lot of layers. It's been so misrepresented. And I don't say spirit, because you could talk about nature spirits. You could talk about dwarves. I don't know what you believe in, so I cannot approach the divine, the sacred, the unseen life force, some incredible, powerful force, the vastness of consciousness of God. When you don't, I don't entertain it the way you might want to entertain it. All right. So if you look at the title, always align yourself with the highest vibrational intelligence of the universe, and you will open up to new experiences. All right. I'm sorry that I'm not in that level. Not that I'm better, that I took my time and did more work. That's all. Not that I'm better. I'm just letting you know that I don't operate. So you come, spirit. What is that? Who are you connecting to? A cave? It could be a rock. It could be anything. It could be a dark force. I don't know. You have to be mindful. Of course, we gotta send the masters. We got ancestors. All right. When you're saying spirit, I want you to give me something. What do you feel? Source, power, energy, identity, the divine. How do you tap into that? Thank you for what? All right. Do you normally call on specific spirit or a deity? I harmonize with specifically, right? Because we are in a universe that is filled with so much galaxies, structures. We're looking at dimensions of consciousness, all right? And what you might say a deity, I might understand it from a different, my lens versus yours. So I don't do, I'm going to just focus on that. I'm focusing on the wholeness as a whole. All right. I know here when I'm pulling who is or what energy is available to you. All right. So no, I don't do it like that. No. All right. Today the focus is on Venus. All right. And so if you understand her through the couple of layers, Aphrodite, however you understand her, all right, the energy, the goddess of love and beauty and harmony, however you understand, all right, through the Romans, whatever energy you entertain. But anyway, let me go ahead. And yeah, I like people that ask me questions. All right. If I get the devil, I could look. We could look at Saturn and we could look at Jupiter, and then more than 9 out of 9, 10 out of 9, Jupiter and Saturn shows up. It's that simple. To the ordinary human being that's stuck in that's and I'm gonna say it, that are stuck in low dense toxic levels of consciousness. All right, it's different. Let's go ahead to all right, to you, everybody has their own way of entertaining spirit energy, because at the end of the day it's energy. All right, and it's whatever you believe. Your belief is what keeps it alive. When I do my skit on energy, you're gonna understand energy. All right. When I do my skit, just wait for it. Go in there and comment so you can understand energy. All right. Remember that you're energy and you're connected to a vast of consciousness, an intelligent field of the divine. And so, since it's so layered, all right, at the end of the day, it's your belief that keeps that energy alive. All right. It's not something that is outside of you. Period. All right. But I just like to I'm very elevated, and so for me, I used to say spirit because I want to be like everybody else, or I understood it because they understood it like that. So here you want to be a little bit more sophisticated, all right, a little more refined. That's it. Just be a little more refined, all right, so you could get, because all you're doing is expanding, all right. You're becoming more aware. John, what is your question towards? Is it love? What is it? What is it towards? If you believe in ghosts and demons and dark, that's you. Then that's what you're giving energy to. All right? That's what you're doing, because you're believing that. So you have to go and reprogram subconsciously. This is why the 6 always shows up. Go back to your subconscious mind. You got to raise more an awareness, because you're tapping into something that is already outdated. All right? And whatever spirit you believe in, then that's who's 9 times out of 10 is leading and making decisions for you. All right? You get stuck in that low dense state. All right? It's all about high vibration and elevating, and of course moving through these frequencies as quickly as you can. All right? Now you get stuck. Doesn't necessarily mean better. That means that you're becoming more aware. It's not better, it's more aware. All right? You say, I'm not getting better, I'm getting more aware. All right? I believe in the universe, God, and ancestry. It's the same, Sloan. Good for you. See, there you go. You're separating the Trinity. Everybody separates the Trinity because we put face on things that are abstract that we don't understand. And whatever you've been programmed with since you was born, whatever makes you feel comfortable. I'm not here to debate with nobody. Your beliefs is keeping you here. You're good. You harmonizing, right? You're living in harmony with everybody else. You're disciplined, right? You're not out there hurting nobody. You don't have no malicious intent, right? And that's all that matters here, all right? I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to, I'm just here to give you awareness. Something that you already know. Your belief keeps you coherent, cohesive, and in tune. You're not reacting out of impulse or basically frustration or fear or jealousy or hate, because your shadows will show up. It's just that simple. All right? There's things that are simple, and there's some things, wait a minute. They telling me to go ahead, but then no. All right? Because no, I might not want, if I go like the fool is very hard to understand. All right? Hey, Silent Hamabo. Hey, Hama even. All right? So it's okay. I'm not here to debate with nobody. Not today. Today is creating and caring for something that has potential. That's what you want to do today. All right? And when you understand how to embody the energy of the Empress, Because you're not just acting soft or being nurturing. You're stepping into a state where life flows through you. All right, very creative, very grounded, very receptive, powerful without force. All right, she's about abundance. She's not just about, oh, it's an idea. She's not about the idea. All right, your body, your environment, and your creativity all reflect your core values, and that is leads you to growth. All right, and what it looks like in real life. All right, understanding the foundation it doesn't live in the heart, head. All right, she feels presence. She's not rushed. She's not distracted. She notices texture, smells, sensations. All right, when you're disconnected from your body, you can't access Empress energy. So you have to get in tune with your body. This is Earth energy. Period. All right, let me go ahead. I just wanted you to understand the Empress. I'm so mad at Spirit. I spent 17 of 19 career life looking for jobs because I wasn't happy. Now I found the perfect job and I'm happy. Just found out my contract will not be renewed. I want to know why. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. Sorry. All right. Come on. Let me go scroll. I'm going to scroll. You're welcome, Sloan. I wanted to do wise energy for stubborn people. Do I call on specific? No. Remember that the stars remember your path. Okay? There's things that will blow your mind. They remember your path. You're not aware of it though. Are you offering free readings? Let me go to Francis. Francis. Oh God. Relationship. Oh, you said relationship. All right, let's go to your relationship. All right, Francis, let's go to your relationship. Francis, are you here? Francisco. He left? He left. All right. All right, he left. Who else is here? All right, you're here. All right, let's go ahead and give you I'm going to give you a mystic oracle so we can open up your heart space, your softness. All right. And then towards the end, I'm going to do a 7-day love challenge for Aries. I did one for Cancer on Sunday. Well, because my legs were sticking to the cover here. Welcome, my beautiful Star Familia. Aquí es familia. As the planet of Venus, love, harmony, she shines her light on you and your heart today. May she continue to give you the wisdom, all right, to keep yourself not only soft but strong, all right? Let's go ahead and tap into your energy. Devo's fiance, let's tap in. All right, remember you all carry a sacred vibration of frequency. And I would do a lot of research if I was you or more. When it comes to love, it's not until it confuses us that, right? Man, what's going on? Why does this keep happening to me? What is love about? Wait a minute. That we don't start making those changes. No, I don't want that. One more. Love hurts. And then we get guarded, all right? Then we get closed off. One more. All right? We expect hurt. We got strong boundaries, but our heart is so tired. One more. For John. John, you got non-committed? Everybody gets that non-committed. Or everybody gets, I'm not showing my true self. One more. John. One more. And thank you. All right, here we go. The turmoils. And we have social media, okay? So you got the storms. Amor mío, Francisco. Ese es Francisco. Francisco, ¿tú hablas español? Bueno, vamos a ver aquí, porque yo también hablo español. Mira, tú tienes aquí esta carta de... Yo quiero hablar mucho español, pero algunas veces no me atrevo. Pero entonces vamos a ver aquí. Social media, all right? So, who are you dating? You dating somebody right now here. Instead of releasing and healing, feels like my frequency has just been destroyed. All right. Come on, John. You got to come back in, John. You got social media keeping tabs. Either you're keeping tabs on somebody through social media, but when you get storm and turmoils ahead, right? It's like something that might seem dark right now, all right? Because you know that, like, you're supposed to witness these storms, all right? And then it gives you the healing because you got it at the bottom. What is your sign? A lot of times when I get this energy, I get healing and releasing. And I get a lot of storms here. I get a lot of Aquarian energy. All right? Because Pluto's in that house. All right? Oh, you're meeting somebody tomorrow. All right? So socializing in the 11th house. All right? What has to do with Pluto transformation? Oh, you're a Capricorn. I would have never get this for this. Only because I always connect to that energy. All right, so let's see here. So what do you want? You want guidance. Is it somebody that you met on social media and you're meeting them tomorrow? So it could be good. Don't take this as dark and gloomy, all right? That doesn't mean that means after the storm, all right? So you might experience a lot of, you know, or you might be overcoming a lot of attachments here, whatever. Not only because you're a Capricorn, but you're all about that status, right? First meeting. Is it a she or is it a he? Is it a she or he? Is it a he or is it a she? I'm asking you because this energy is very strong here. All right? And that gives me air. That gives me a lot of air energy. What is she? She's air energy. She's an air energy. So you mix water. The only way you get a storm if you mix air and water. If not, it doesn't move, right? It doesn't move. Okay, it doesn't move if you don't mix air and water. All right. So let's go ahead. She's a psychic. Her mediumship, her clairvoyance. What is she dealing with? Clairaudience, clairvoyant. Do she got right? What kind of energy she got? One more. So you want some guidance. You don't want to see how it's going to go. One more. One more. So, you know, all right, she's very intuitive. Good. There you go. All right. So, what they asking you to do here, because this enthusiasm of the Page of Wands, all right, it's going to go good. It's going to see like this energy's here. Like I said to you, this air, the mind, the subconscious, dealing between the polarities. The cross here represents somebody that mirrors your soul, all right? So the high priest very intuitive, of course. But she understands moon cycles, the phases of the moon, all right? So they could come out as uninterested. Is this woman older than you? Because normally she's older here. And it's like you're not going to be able to read her very well, all right? So what they telling you here, you know, you got the Three of Cups in reverse, all right? And so the Three of Cups in reverse. Watch over, like, I don't know who's treating who. Because this is all about having balance. Like if somebody says, oh, let me pay. No, let me pay. You know, that, first of all, they want you to go easy. All right? Yeah, she's, so she's, I know, every time I get this energy. So what you're going to do is you're going to go playfully. Don't try to go and, try to have a big commitment right now because you're not going to be able to read through this person. All right? There's a lot of secrets here. Don't reveal a lot of yourself. You might want to because this one is a firecracker. Boom. All right? It might be intense. It might be not. I don't know exactly because this doesn't reveal everything right away. All right? I'm surprised you didn't get it here. All right? They could be healing, and they could have somebody else. All right. Uh, and what else? All right. So there's something here that they haven't let go of. They could be their past. All right. And so, but the one thing I like the pages because they're a curiosity. All right. And then when you, oh shoot, I want you to understand a little bit of while you're watching, because when you get the Three of Cups in reverse, right, that's spending. That's not being good with money. So be careful with your money. Be careful with overspending. All right, let them go half. It's okay. But the emotional harmony that this should bring you, right, because it's all about reciprocity. It's being seen, being welcome. When they meet, like the alchemists together, they say what we envision. All right, that has wands right here. It is being built. You need pentacles. All right. There's no pentacles here. All right. Somebody's status here. The pentacles are right here. Look. All right. So don't show. You could show enthusiasm, but not too much. All right. And everybody else. And everybody else. Everybody else. Everybody's been through a lot. Not just her. When we single ourselves out, like it's just poor me. We got limited identity, right? We only identify with a certain group. But when we expand our consciousness, we understand that it's just not us. All right? Okay, we've been hurt. I've been hurt. Don't sit with that. Have empathy here. All right? Empathy is very important. It takes you to the next step with the person. But when we just say, oh, only poor me, poor you, don't go into that energy. No, everybody, I've been through a lot too. All right? No pity, none of that. All right? Communicate honestly. Communicate honestly, but you don't have to just reveal everything about you. And that's one of the things about the page of wands. All right? His inspiration, his motivation, but he wants to speak genuinely. All right? All right? You got to expand your conscience. You're not here to be nobody's doctor if you don't have a degree. All right? Being intuitive, listening to your intuition, which is your guidance system. All right? It makes clear decisions, choices. It's not based on an emotional highs here. All right? There are hidden things here. You don't have to know everything right away. Remain curious. All right? Because when it comes to these, I like seeing these three, because what we built here, all right, later on, we can enjoy later on with the Three of Cups. So you're not going to, you might have a good time. You might not. You might feel like you waste your time. All right? Don't try to prove yourself. All right? Don't try to prove yourself to be right, or I know more, I have more knowledge than you. All right? Remain calm, respectful, sit in stillness, because she does represent stillness. All right? What are you going to learn? You did this before. Remember, this is old energy. All right? If we don't want to cause any more karma. All right? Why are they silent? I mean, we go on and on when we look at the energy here when it comes to the high priestess. All right? Because we don't really understand the motive. When I see the ones there, that is the problem here, because our enthusiasm there. Okay, I wish you would have got something different, but this is a first step here. All right, don't expect a full reveal here. Look what you got here. All right, watch overspending with your money. This is about being light and friendly. This energy here, keep it light and friendly. All right, because this is a first step here. Don't try to no rushing through it, a full reveal. This is a little opening in the door here, right? Because remember, we have the Torah, we have the sacred text. This one learns through the through here, but our true nature is here. All right, when we connect to the divine, all right, understanding here. This is superficial knowledge, superficiality. She might not be that intuitive, is what I'm saying to you. All right, because we don't live in books. We live in the universe. We living in time and pressure. It could be a little pressure, light and friendly. All right. This sacred text, when you understand the Torah, the hidden codes there. All right. I don't know if she's a different language. Does she speak a different language? Because I understand when we go into the Torah codes, we got to put it in Hebrew. I don't know if she speaks a different language. But it says that the message for you, respond with warmth, not pressure. All right. If you're the gentleman, you want to lead the pace. You understand me? But watch consistency at the end of the day. Keep it, of course, you said it. All right. So calm is calm. Your power is calm. It's not being, don't overextend. Let curiosity meet curiosity. You both being curious. All right. Receive. Don't chase. And so, because you have a lot of energy here, you show, all right? So if they, this is not desperate, all right? Don't show desperation. What would they say? How serious they are? Your intentions, how you respond, everything's going to come to play here. All right? Don't try to look into anything. Again, light and playful, match their tone. All right? And let them feel welcome without rescuing. Oh, I want to do so much. All right? Don't change. You don't do none of that. All right? And so let them welcome. See, let them feel welcome without trying to rescue anything. Don't do it. You want to try to do a lot here too. No people pleasing. All right. And that's pretty. All right. Because somebody say, I think I'm open. All right, but I'm not available at any cost. All right. Not right now. Calm, curiosity, receive, don't chase. You know, cool. This one is, you know, he likes, you know, the thrill. All right. No, you're gonna be not. You're gonna be less addictive while you're here. I will guarantee you that. All right. There ain't no people please. That's the problem right there. I'm glad that you said it. I'm glad that you said it and I didn't. Okay. Oh my God, I'm addicted to being a people pleaser. We have no boundaries. I'm gonna read boundaries since you said that, and then I'm gonna take a quick break and how to really give some mystery. Give some mystery. It's okay. This is encoded in mystery. These people were so scared. All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna leave that for next time when they wrote the sacred text. I don't want to say the word because then it goes into a frenzy. All right. When we don't understand the dark forces behind our existence. When we look at the cross represents something that's within you. All right. And when we understand the split of the universe. All right, so you got to understand there's a lot of things here that you might not understand, but I think that you do understand some things here. All right, so celebrate, have fun. This is a time for emotional harmony, being around social gatherings. That is the energy, of course. We have Venus in, of course, Leo, creativity, joy, and just feeling expressed. Because you might want to express something heartful, and it's like, no. Come on back. Don't rush in. No. All right? And with this energy in Venus, embrace joy and of course romance. All right. And so anyway, we're going to go into why we emotion boundary challenge, and it goes with that. All right, it goes with us. I don't want to sit with uncomfort. All right, you know, when we you know, boundary challenge, it's a lot of us is for many different reasons. All right. It is not something that, it's not that you don't care about, you know what I mean? About your status, your self-worth, whatever the case may be. All right. That is the way you learn your patterns. You get them from subconscious patterns. All right. Because if I was to give you another reading, it would have been that one. But you didn't ask me that question. All right. Okay. So a lot of times here, we learn these patterns because of our, you know, from childhood. You understand this, right? So when you go back into your childhood, your subconscious patterns, they're all there. All right? No, you're going to learn here more than anything else. I'm not sitting here for nothing. All right? So I want you to understand a little bit about why we are boundary challenged. All right? It's not easy. We struggle so much. Just imagine we put walls real high. We'd rather come in, of course, we all got childhood trauma. So the bottom line is that we learned those patterns, all right? And that make boundaries difficult to recognize, to communicate, and to maintain. All right. People pleasing. I want approval. I want somebody to accept me. All right. Or I want harmony, because it makes it hard to say no. I can't say no. No, it's hard. It's one of the, if I'm going to tell you I'm going to tell you very honest. One of the hardest things. All right. And that's when you see challenges or boundaries. All right. Because we are challenged. And we not only we financially challenged, right? We go spending all our money and think, oh, let me go get the best food, the best drinks, you know, and then you find out what the heck happened here. All right, so this storm's here. All right, especially if you're not financially challenged, it's okay. If you're financially challenged, be careful here, because this person makes good money. All right, this person makes pretty good money here. All right, especially if I understand how the priestess of the day, when we go back into Jesus's time. All right. All right, they live it. So we got the Sadducees and the Pharisees, and we'll talk about them. But I just want to give you. You could go look it up. I'm just gonna throw words out here. Hey, let me go see what the heck this is about. All right. So anyway, acceptance, harmony, which makes it hard. Fear of rejection, abandoning. So a person is gonna be like, oh, I'm worried that if I set limits, all right, I will push people away. If I set limits, I'm gonna push them away. It's not easy. I'm gonna tell you one of the most things. It is not easy. It is not easy. It's not. It's not. We just have to, man. We have to do so much work. By the time do you think I'm gonna sit there and do this work? Right? It's not easy. All right. Oh, she owns money. She got money. All right. Yeah, because this one makes good money. All right. So, but anyway, we setting limits is gonna push other people away. Childhood conditioning. That's why we always get this. All right. That's why we always get that. All right. Because if healthy boundaries weren't in model growing up, okay, someone may not know what they truly. You don't know what they truly look like because they weren't model growing up. All right. There was something here that they told you. They went here and they teach you through here. This is doctrine. All right. This is the container, all right? And this is something that has been taught, has been preserved, and it is big into. This is not what you think it is. If you think that's what you think it is, then you need to. All right? But anyway, at the end of the day, we model those behaviors growing up, all right? You don't know what they look like. Then you start feeling guilty, responsibility, feeling responsible for other people's emotions. And not alone that, they problems. If you don't have a medical degree, all right, and if you're not connected to the highest vibrations of the universe, if you're not understanding here, what's underneath here, all right, you got to think like you're the whole ocean, not just a drop of water. So you got to learn how to activate sun and moon. It's in the, look, when we look at Solomon, all right, when we look at Proverbs, we look at Solomon. It is encoded in the name, all right, just to give you a little bit, all right. It is encoded in the Solomon, sun and moon. When we let sun moon penetration, as we raise those waters from within, the moon nourishes your roots. It is in your roots. Anyway, I want to go deep in this card. But anyway, at the end of the day, you start feeling responsible for people's emotions. Then you sit there, no, and then what happens? Instead of you enjoying a nice time, what gonna happen? Now you a counselor. You didn't, man. I feel like I was there like a dad, or like an old friend, right? You're gonna feel like that. Don't put on that title, all right? You're going to notice patterns. They feel comfortable. And guess what? You want to go there to have a great time. And now you're a counselor. Now man, I feel like I'm a dad. Now I feel like I'm her brother. Oh, now I'm going to sit there like a counselor. All right? You might as well go bring the Bible with you. All right? You might as well bring the Bible. Bring it with you. Because that's what the date might potentially look like if you don't take a hold of yourself. Keep it friendly. You're not there. Excuse me. I'm not here for. They might need a counselor because they don't understand this. All right? Unless they're tapping into the intelligence of the universe. They don't understand this because we don't live in here. We live in pressure, time, all right, and intention, all right. That's what the stretch of the universe. And as we understand the universe is fast, the consciousness that we are part of, all right. And so when we understand that light that's in the heart, all right, the flame and the cross, all right, because it represents the split of the universe, all right. It's not what you think it is. Maybe that's what you've been told. But anyway, I'm not here to debate the cross. I will talk about the cross. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get into the cross energy. But that's what it's going to feel like. Damn, I didn't want to come here. I feel like I'm dad or brother. Damn. Right? Look at that. Look at that. You got the Bible ready. Do you know what the Bible means? Do you understand how to decode the Bible? All right? I decoded a lot of the Bible, the Holy Trinity. You decoded the Bible? All right, we'll talk about. You come back because I want to go head to head with you. Ooh, I love it. I love it. But anyway, pay attention to that. All right. We don't know what it looks like, and then we're gonna become counselors. If you don't have the tools, this is not telling you everything. Yeah, you could go in Psalms. You could go in Proverbs, a way of living, childhood, and how to develop, how to live well with others. Blah 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 blah. You could go into Job. You could go into a lot of things. All right. Let me know. No, I want you to come in because I want you to tell me certain things mean, okay? Because it feels like there's something, all right? So anyway, codependent patterns, lack of self-awareness, all right? And so when we think about boundary, it is not controlling someone else's behavior. It's deciding what you will and will not participate. and accept and what you give your energy to. Don't bring no if you don't understand this, don't bring it in. All right? Because nobody knows the really like when we look at the Big Bang Theory, or we could go between science and dogma. All right, like how is our existence as a human species. All right, and we look at the first chemical strain. There's a lot of things that we don't understand. All right, and with that being said, I hope that you have a great time. You're not there to rescue. Have fun. Tap into your childlike energy. Bring that positive energy. Don't go try to rescue nobody. Don't share too much information. Nobody's a counselor. You're not there to do none of that. If you feel, then that means that you are activating something deep within you. Always notice that this card tells you so clearly you're activating the high priestess. You stepping into that frequency. There's something that's being activated, but you're not aware of it. Sometimes we want to go have a beautiful time, but oh shit, I'm in high priest energy. You're being activated by cosmic intelligence. Have fun. Exactly. Don't be try to play grandpa, older cousin, because that's what it's gonna feel like. All right. Understand what frequencies you're running through. All right. And because you're being trained by something right now. All right. And because this is all in training, baby. When you understand that you're in training, you go there, you be like, oh man, it's just like the Empress. All right. You see, people, when you understand that you're being trained, all right. And I'm going to read that one more time. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. And understand what this energy is telling you. We run through these archetypes. We see a pattern. We know it's familiar. Or at least I don't really understand. I know that I know you. Man, I feel connected to you. You don't remember me? Understand me? But anyway, have fun. Socialize. Get out there. But be careful. All right? You're feeling rich, right? Now you feel good. Because now when you start to understand the high priestess energy, and I only gave you a little bit. If I was to stay here with this card, we won't finish this life. All right? I've been here an hour already. All right? You should feeling rich and feeling power, but don't bring you can bring it. All right? You want to pray over your relationship. All right? Okay. Hey, Heather Autumn. Hey, Miss Otto. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break. My donkey donk is hurting. The side of my hip, I mean. All right? Have fun. Understand the mystic side of love and the transcendent, awe-inspiring energy. And, of course, the powerful force of love. It's within you. It's within me. It cannot be measured by, right, mathematics, because mathematics evolved out of consciousness. Didn't we meet exactly. They're going to be like, what? There's no. Leave all that stuff out of it. Just enjoy Earth. Get back down to earth. Get here. What is alignment in my love life? Is this coming together? What is alignment in your love life? Joelle, who's here before Joelle? Welcome, Joelle. All right? Feel power. Just have fun. Get all through the awkwardness. It's going to be awkward. Don't start putting religion, all right? This is what messes with a lot of relationships. But just talk about religion anyway, okay? Because it's important, all right? Set realistic boundaries, not something that's, oh, well, if people know that they can't get through to you, they won't walk away. They won't, You got to be available for me at all times. That's bananas. When I call you, you got to be there. That's crazy. That is insane. This is why a lot of people are hurting, because they are scared to set those boundaries. It's not until, like, after we have the fun, the sex, the kids, now we got boundaries. Now you can't come up here like that. Are you crazy? All right? Even if, let's say that somebody's living, because it looks like they might be living with somebody, or they share money. There's some source here they share. All right? And they're not telling the husband, oh, you can't come in my house, or I'm in the bathroom, or whatever. So it's going to make you think, man, you still got something going on with your husband. No, I don't got nothing going on with him. They got to make it clear to this person, hey, I'm not with you no more. We only together for the kids, or because the bills got to get paid. All right? No, you can't invade my privacy. You can't come in the bathroom. Oh, I already seen it now. But when you start dating somebody new, you got to not only respect yourself, but you got to respect the person, the potential for the connection as you move forward, all right? It is not okay to string somebody else along, all right? So it got a little polarity, all right? What is this? Hey, Renzi, it's me. It's me. I asked what does, again, I'm going to take it, but I don't align with what that is, because I know what the layer is, all right? So, but I'm going to give you your message. I'll be back. Give me 2 minutes. I'm going to replay spin. All my best to you in this day. All right, learn, educate yourself. Go learn something new. All right, get out of these low tech, toxic, dense pockets of conscience. You're worth more than you ever realize. Step into your power. All right. Remember that at the end of the day, you're gonna do tension at a higher level of awareness. When you get to that strength card, you're just seeing things from a different lens. All right, and then you go on and on from there. Uh, I'll be right back. You're so incredible, so amazing. The irreplaceable. Love is a beautiful thing, but love without discipline, man. Love with this, I gotta love with discipline. I'll be right back. How? Oh, wait. Let me get my water. All I wanna do is love you. I gotta get that song out of my head. The love is in the air. And every time I look around. The aces don't carry emotional yet. No emotional history. They're opportunities. They are not outcomes. It's whatever you do with it. All right? What could you create? What could you create with that opportunity is what it's basically telling you. All right? If I had the opportunity, man, to grow with this person, I see myself with this person. Remember that you're constantly manifesting, so watch what you speak, what you say about your love life, and etc. etc. Can you please quickly talk about what did you learn about decoding the Bible, please? Man, it blew my mind. I had to learn Solomon's. It is in the High Priestess. But the first card that I decoded was Orion's belt. So we'll go cosmically, and I'm going to talk about that in the future. Yeah, it was just decoding the Bible was amazing, but going back Sumeria ancient history was more mind blowing. Just the information that I received once I had my surrender, and I started aligning with truth. It's all in the truth, because at the end of the day, your soul is seeking truth. All right, you got to understand that Go live a happy life, create your heaven on earth, do all those things that you have to do, but be honest with what you truly want and align yourself with, because your values, your standards there are showing, all right? Know what you truly value in a relationship: commitment, honesty, devotion, right? Family time, spending family, that's more important to you. You got to understand that. Yeah, but so it was powerful for me, decoding. Yeah, I was like, oh, sweat. And I think the cross for me, all right, the split, understanding that cross, because a lot of people don't really understand the cross. And so, man, it's powerful, and your mind just be blown every day. You want to be able to you want people to blow your mind, you know. You want that to happen mostly than anything, because then you be like, oh, I'm worried about nothing, all right. Then you start being more easy, more with yourself. You go out, you have a great time. You don't see, of course, through the same lenses, all right. We constantly going through frequencies, and we get caught in these patterns, you know. Just bring a truth awareness. Align yourself with what you really want, because at the end of the day, your values, your standards, right? Stick to that, and don't sway from that, no matter what happens, no matter what feeling. All right? Remember, learn about emotions and feelings. You get an emotion, and then you get the feeling. That's an interpretation of the emotion. And then when the emotions are really, really high, knowing where the highs and tides of the moon, and then you'll be okay. All right? Let me go to the next question. It is Kenzie. Kenzie, hey. All right, it took a lot going through the whole experience has taught me so much, and how to believe more in myself. My self-worth is important. All right, now the validation that I was probably thinking I wasn't aware, seeking in other, looking at my blind spots before I go judge somebody else. So it taught me a lot. All right, but we'll talk about it on Sunday. All right, tomorrow is all about the discipline. Yeah, we'll talk about it. So coming on Sunday. I want to see what you got. I'm gonna share what you got. I decoded the Psalms. I decoded Psalms 23, the Holy Trinity. When they say the kingdom of God is in you, I decoded a lot of them. All right. And so yeah, I think going with the high priestess and understanding what she's telling you is the most important thing for any soul here that is trying to transcend, right? A lot of science, a lot of biology. Just I study a lot of different things, psychology. All right, look into philosophically, metaphysical, however you understand energy. Because at the end of the day, it's energy. All right, we are human soul in this incarnated body, and so of course, we are here. We are here having the time of our lives. All right. Is it me? I asked, what does the divine want me to do? I'm exhausted from all the job searches I was doing in the past. What do I need to do since my contract won't be renewed? All right, let's see what the divine, as we tap into the most powerful divine spirit of all there is, who enlivens all life, animate all things. Let's see here as we tap into that field of intelligence that we are so much part of. Are you ready? Are you ready? You're welcome, Francis. I'm sorry, Francis. What I learned is that, wow, I didn't know that. There's no words to put it into it. There's none. Of the pressure that these people were under as they was trying to, because they left us a lot of information. All right. When I found out about the Catholic Church, when the why does all the churches face east towards the sun? There's a lot of revelation. I use this one. It's amazing, right? This one is the Mystic Love. Everybody should own a deck of, just like if you got the sacred text, you should own a pair of oracles and a pair of tarot. All right, everyone should tap into and see what their soul's journey is about. Where are you? Why you keep getting stuck? Because you are growing some things here. You already outgrew this stage. This phase is over, and you stay with it because it's comfortable. All right. So if you don't want to grow, it's okay. Look, that's what the 201 says to you. You know, it says if you're happy where you're at in your life, right, your relationships and your job, because there's a lot of room for opportunities. That's basically when you get the 201s, is measuring the circumferences of the earth. Okay, the distance of it. because the what was it called, those warriors, man, I forgot, they were looking for the Ark of the Covenant, the Knights Templars. All right, they will go through the house, through the roundhouse churches, searching for the Ark of the Covenant. Can nobody really find it? So they are measuring the circumferences of the earth. All right. I mean, we could go back into let me see, what is one of them? Not the pilgrimage. What is that? England. I have it all here. I have it all here. It's a lot. It's a lot of mystery. All right, let's go ahead. Is she still here? No, I love it. It is, it's mind blowing. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. I'll remember in a little bit. Remember, we got Mercury retrograding. And I forgot the name of that. I haven't messed with that energy in 2 years. Is Kenzie still here? Kenzie left. Nobody else has a question. I'm gonna go ahead with Aries 7-day love. If nobody has a question, I'm gonna go with Aries 7-day love. And what you need to know right away. Today is, of course, Venus Day, but you got Saturn in your first house. Saturn is going to show up with maybe the devil. And it is awakening through discipline. When it comes to discipline, especially if you want to have a more healthy relationship. It is restriction through awakening that brings you that, all right? So that's it. Nobody else have questions. So I'm going to go with Aries. Aries, we're going to look at your 7-day love energy. John, thank you so much for trusting your energy with me. And, of course, this sacred space exists because of all our shared intentions. Good days ahead. All right. Aries, I did your Sunday. I did a 7-day love energy, but I didn't finish because it was a quick short, Aries. All right, go ahead, ask your question. I'm waiting. I did Aries' 7 day. What the objective here and the most important thing here for me is for you to track your love and come back to it and see what areas you need to improve on. And if you're stuck anywhere, what are you doing basically? It's not about ending, because when we look at the transformative energy of the death card. Hiya. Hey, Fairy Rivers. Hi, Rivers. Joel, go ahead before I get started. I'm going to go with Aries energy. We got to move this energy. All right. I want to move this energy. If you have a question, hey, Fairy. Hey, Miss Rivers. Hiya, 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 hey. All right. And understand what the soul wants. We're going to look at your heart space. We're going to look at the love energies today. All right. Anything good coming? Like what? What are you expecting here? Because this is, because you got good days ahead. You want to look at the good days ahead? All right. That's what you want? You want the good days ahead. All right. You don't want to know the challenges, because remember, tarot shows, of course, conflict before resolution. It always shows it to you in that way. All right, you might get the star card, you might get cards of encouragement. All right, I'll see, but let's go ahead into the Mystic Love Oracle. A lot of times we don't want to miss some things, and I don't want to, they all, one thing about tarot cards, just to help you reflect. All right, they show you the energy that surrounds you, what's available, what's possible. All right, if you put your effort through your deed, word, and your actions. All right, that's it. And you probably come with these big expectations because, of course, we are super feelers and believers. All right, we have this great imagination. All right, and that sometimes gets ahead. So I get it. My thing is to calm down. All right, just come on back down. It's okay. You get this emotion. All right, you're dealing with the beautiful energy of the moon. And when we understand a little bit more, I just want you to understand your Venus, your soft and your power. All right, and when you learn how to get grounded, your soil, okay, understand your cosmic spirit. All right, your creativity, because a lot of times your values and your growth is one of the most important things. So let's go ahead. All right, it's not rushed, it's not distracted. All right, remember, she represents sex. All right, nurture what you want to grow. She doesn't chase, she cultivates. All right, what am I feeling daily? My fear. If you're feeding your fear, then that's growing. That's all you're doing. Oh, I'm feeding my fear? I didn't know that. Your fear is telling you to go ahead. Don't feed me. Grow. Go. I'm your alarm. I'll tell you something wrong. You got your animal. But if your animal is not trained, your animal bites. You know? It attacks. You got that. Ooh, that wolf comes out. Oh. Hello, Brandon. Wow, Brandon, how you been? It's been a year, right? Wow, am I here? I am here. Hey, 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 5789, Marota. All right, guys, let me go ahead and get into Joel Ireland's energy and to truly embody the Empress, not just soft or being nurturing. You're stepping into a state. You have to understand that life flows through you. How to anchor it. It is there. Use it. Enjoy it. But don't abuse it. You love money, all right? You don't love it. You use it, all right? Use me, all right? Let me help you, all right? Wow, it seems like a year. Yeah, it seems like it. How are you? Thank you so much for coming back. How are you? Girl, he came home at 3 a.m. with lipstick in his toes. Who did that? Lipstick in his toes? You know what he was doing? He was sucking up. He must have been an Aquarius. Aquarius like that stuff. Aquarius like sucking on toes and doing toenails. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm sorry. You took me back somewhere quick. You better paint them toes, because I want to lick them toes. No. Don't put that nail polish. Don't put no glitter either. You already know if they telling you don't put. Man, you better get out of here. I'm polishing them toes. On the wrong spot. He came with lipstick where? Oh, man, I tell you. All right, let's go ahead for Joelle. Joelle, good days ahead for you. One more. I'm going to throw the card, and I want to see where it lands. We're going to tap into your softness. We're going to tap into your sacred vibration as we harmonize with the intelligence of the stars. Remember that the stars remember your path. Here we go. One more. Joelle. One more. One more. All I want to do is love you. So you either you got a secret admirer, change and trust. Everybody always get that. Just when you thought that it was going that way. And social media, keeping tabs. And remember, this is all about love. Except this one. I mean, they're all about mystic love. The changes, going through some, of course, when you look at transition and leaving the old identity, all right? The things that you identify, and it's like Pluto energy stepping in, all right? Well, you understand Pluto, it is in the, I told him to kiss my BBL. When you understand, where is he? Come on in, come on in, come on in, so I can stay with you. All right, you got Sacred Admirer. Here, you know who always gets this? Virgo gets this. This is Scorpio energy, and this could be, I got a lot of Aquarian energy for you, all right? And so in Aquarius house, we got Pluto, that's transformation. Pluto is outside, is by the Kuiper belt, all right? When we understand, of course. Where is he? No, I'm not going to give you no, I'm going to leave it like that. You got to come on in, Ireland. Ireland, you got to come on in. You got to come on in, all right? Let me know you're here, because we have secret. I want to see who the secret admirer. I want to see who's this, all right? And then I want to see, he been in the shower for 3 hours trying to dodge the question. He been in the shower man, I would have went in there and said, hold on a minute. No, you ain't going to be in no shower no 3 hours. What is he doing? He fell asleep? Nah, it's not, you exaggerated. What is the energy surrounding my connection with VS breaking no contact? Hey, kitty. I'm going to call you kitty. Quick cam, Horta. Hey. All right, I'm going to stop the energy for Ireland. All right, I'm going to stop it. This is a love, and I am tapping into this field. Sure, let's go ahead, quick kitty. I'm not picking up the R. I don't know why. I'm not picking up the R. And I am Spanish, and I do have a heavy accent, so I do apologize in advance. I do have a heavy accent. El acento mío es muy poderoso. All right, Kitty, let's go ahead and see what's going on with your love energy with this Mystic Love Oracle. All right, let's go ahead. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Meow, meow, meow. Purr, baby. One more. All right, Kitty. Let's see. You say you have no contact. One more. The bottom line is, when are they gonna call me? When are they gonna reach out? One more. One more. One more. One more. You know, one thing about Mercury retrograde, and it is in the fourth house. Let's just say you broke up with somebody. All right, you guys had a stupid fight, a petty fight. Somebody didn't want to give in. Somebody didn't want to throw in the towel. Somebody said, "You know what? I'm tired of this nonsense. Let's just throw in the towel. I confess. I'm a liar. I'm a cheater." All right. So you got third party. I'm a liar. I'm a cheater. I've been avoiding the confrontation. I don't like confrontation. I'd rather avoid it. It's not that I'm cold. It's that I don't want to talk about it. I don't like confrontation. I can deal with it. All right? So you're missing the person. All right? The moment that you freedom, the moment that you surrender to the higher intelligence of the universe, meaning that you align your smaller will, all right? The moment that you find freedom, okay? Love is about freedom. All right, love doesn't follow logic. Let's just say that. All right. When we understand ourselves at a higher level of awareness, when we look at ourselves, when we look at our lower selves, right? Because we underneath water, we underneath all the emotions, and we get clouded emotions when we rise up. See, because the divine or the ones that fall in love, they fall in love. They fall hard. But the ones that are awakened, all right, the awakened no longer fall in love. They rise into, which is spectacular. All right. So anyway, you got third party. Reconciliation, and then go back to that. So Kitty, what was your question? Let me see. So what is the energy surrounding my connection with VS? Breakup, no contact. How long you been breaking up? Remember that when Mercury goes retrograde, he gives everybody an opportunity, because it goes retrograde 3 to 4 times a year, and he gives that opportunity to rethink, to revise, to reflect on what needs as you move forward. All right. And so that is when we started the pre-shadow, okay? The pre-shadow, because on the 29th, it just went a couple of days, just a couple of days. So that gives everybody the opportunity to reconciliate. But if you if reconciliation doesn't mean I'm going to have sex. This doesn't fix anything. It fixes temporarily, all right? But then you want to talk about this third party. This could be you. This could be them. All right. Then he called for like to clarity, and called on the 21st and said, let's not talk. His job. You're right. All right. I don't want to be right. I want you to understand, and forget about me being right. All right. I want you to understand why you're watching, why you're looking. That's the most important thing to me. I don't show up here, and you don't show up randomly. It is a line, okay? It's not me being right. All right. I used to get souped up with all my energy, yay, of course. But it's more about you than it's about me. All right. Me helping you helps me, and it brings me joy that you're learning, that you're growing, and that you're expanding your true potential. Love is so misunderstood, because it's been painted across like it doesn't. It's something that is outside, right? But it's something that's within you. And when you learn that, and how can I give myself that love? Nobody. I don't want to love myself. I want them to love me. We find purpose. We put like, okay, my life depends on other people, how they view me, and if they love me, then I'm gonna love myself, because it's hard, right? But anyway, it's hard. But anyway, at the end of the day, let's go find out here. All right. I want to bring you awareness. You know these things. You know these things. You're super smart. A lot of us are super feelers, super intuitive, feeling led kind of energy. But when it comes to love, we make some stupid choices. Very intelligent, but man, when it comes to love, I get love. Why I get like that? Because love is an incredible force that, of course, is supposed to teach you how to. It teaches you to contrast. You're supposed to experience both. All right, both sides of love. Okay, and when you experience the feminine side, that is a receptive, that's a nurturing, that's compassion. But then you look at the masculine. He is the giver. All right, you're the receptive kind. He is the one that is, of course, masculine. He's direct, right? He is empowered. So you get a little bit of both of that. You understand me? You don't experience love just with all the nurture. No, it's weak. Venus is not weak. Venus is powered. All right? And a lot of times when we just operate when it comes to love like the male, if we're a woman, we're using all of the masculine energy. We love them just like they are, but we're not aware. All right? Just like, ooh, I want it. I want to give. It gives. It opens up. I'm opening up. I'm going to give like a man. You don't give like a man. All right? I'm open up. Get ready. I'm going to open up. And you then, by the time oh shit, I had sex like a guy, but that was not my intention. All right? And there it goes. Boom. And you don't want to do that. And then you find yourself, oh my God. You got to control that masculine power. You're both. All right? You're both masculine and feminine. How to make them coexist together. The bottom line is, can you hold polarity? All right? You have the capacity to hold polarity where you don't go collapse to one side. Right? You don't overpower the other one. You don't cancel your feminine out. You don't cancel her. She could coexist with your feminine. But they are principles. All right? One more. Let me see here. Because you didn't ask me nothing. So your energy is like... One more. The surrounding energy, I gave it to you already. Let's see here. One more. One more. I stopped that energy from the Nine of Swords. I stopped the energy from the Nine of Swords. It might come back out. No, it came the Ten of Swords. All right? The Page of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. All right? So the energy surrounding you is, like I said, betrayal. But more importantly, I don't want you to self-betray, because you will be back to this with this. You're going to communicate with this person again. All right? Right now, it looks like there is no hope. All right? There was something. You're supposed to go meet them, move in with them. All right? And so, can you recover after this? Because at least the worst is over. That's why I pushed that 9. I pushed that 9 because it has a blanket there. All right? So you're looking at timing right now. All right? So this been 3 weeks. This shows up here. The 10th to the 3rd. All right? It's, by the 10th, it'll be a month. All right? He was planning marriage. Yeah, and I don't know what the hell. Do you want to know this? All right? Because you want to know this. So the Page of Pentacles, of course, is a card that's telling you to go learn a new hobby, to take some classes, to don't hold on to the light, your gifts, your creativity. This is how your body, right? It acts as an anchor for this light. You have this light in you. All right? So, but at the end of the day, there's going to be recovery after loss here. All right? So, because somebody is missing. All right? This connection here. All right? So, let me see what we got here. All right? So, what happens is, when we see the grass is greener on the other side. I'm surprised I didn't show up here. When we see the grass is greener on the other side, all right? Heartbreak. Not showing you math. Not showing you their plans. When somebody goes and be with somebody else because they always think that the grass is green on the other side, that person is better. So what kind of person? Is this a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? All right? Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. They think they could come back. All right? You keep the door open. All right? You forget their indiscretions. Oh, there's a lot of Aquarius. Okay, what is this? We tap into this one, all right? But bottom line is this. Look, all right? You keep leaving the door open, all right? You keep leaving the door open. You ask for the heat. It comes in, it comes in, it comes out. It doesn't know. It's not grounded energy. This is why grounded is important here. Because a lot of times you leave that, you forgive their indiscretions. No, you do it. All right? They fill your head with sweet nothings. All right? It could feel faded. One thing about tension shows us fate, and then fate gives you a choice with the lovers. Do you see the pattern? Do you repeat it? But because you get so, you probably head over heels, right? Because it feels good. It's intense. This is intensity. They could call. They could come in with an invitation. Let's go out, and they coming in with an invitation. How long? All right. It could be in by the 20th. It could be in the month, because when Mercury goes retro direct, they could come in. They're gonna pick up exactly where they left off, because right now, this is the problem. All right. I think they want freedom, or they want to have it all. I want to have it all. I want to do as much. I want to remain free, because there's so much that I want to experience. All right? Oh, I am not going to let him do that. All right? Well, this is what you got to arm yourself. All right? Bloody fool. All right? So that's what happens, that you leave the door open. All right? You take them back. You forgive all their indiscretions. All right? They come in with all these little promises and yada yada. Sex is good. You have sex with them, right? I'm assuming here. But that's what happens when we go with people, when we think the grass is greener on the other side. I don't think they're meant to do this, but they lack, what they lack is discipline. All right? They lack is discipline. And again, if you was here, you could go back when I talk about boundary challenge and the things that we learn in our youth. All right? We learn things from the gang, the boys. This is how a man should behave. All right? Unless they're working for the emergency, the EMT. All right, this is an emotional first responder kind of energy. All right, but this goes on. We get intoxicated with the inspiration, with the passion, with the chemistry, and it gives you no stability. All right, so we got contrast here. All right, we got passion and we got stability. Stability gives you emotional consistency, it gives you security, it gives you reliability. Passion gives you electricity. It gives you passion. Boom, loud, right? It gives you a lot of that, but it doesn't give you the security that you need. All right, and when you understand the Page of Cups, there could be genuinely emotion here. All right, but they haven't decided to take it seriously. But this, all right, you start feeling that there's a disappearance here. All right, let me see. Let me see. I did that countless times. Of course, we do that. We all go through that. Not you, not me, everyone. We all go through disappointment when it comes to love. And when we see that 7 of Cups, all right? I want to do a lot of stuff before I commit. That's what I want to do, all right? I want you, but I want a lot of people, all right? I have a big imagination. They rather stay living in fantasy and making things real, all right? And so when... to be inspired here. Look, what I'm going to tell you is you need to learn how to be a little more inspired by a connection rather than chasing it. Stay open to new possibility instead of clinging on to old patterns. If I was to give you that kind of energy, right? So, but to have the heartfelt conversations, I try him except when we on, when he on the Verks girl. All right? But anyway, when you got to really understand the energy here. Okay, it's not like you got the Knight of Cups, you got the Knight of Wands. All right, and this is impulsive. This is impulsive energy, and we have right now Gemini, Mars energy. All right, we got that flame, or it's gonna bring you great communications if you do it the right way. All right, they come in with this stuff much later. All right, but I want to explain to you a little bit about when it comes to the youth, right? Because how old are you? Even the damn breakup was impulsive side. All right? How old are you? You want to go ahead. I wish I would have got the Temperance where the energy's calm, peaceful, encouraging you to compromise here, but I don't see that. I don't know what exactly is happening, all right? Because when you're operating from this... the mystic love, when it comes to the 7 of Cups, it leaves like you could have it here. I don't know what cup you're in. The Venus energy, the unhidden, the shadow, the temptation of it, the fear, the chaotic, right? The most stable one is the wreath, all right? There are things here that they haven't probably accomplished. All right. But when we look at love beyond appearances here, all right. Hey, you're 22. See, when you look at love beyond appearances here, discern whether you're being called towards authenticity, growth here, or simply distracted by the illusion that fulfillment exists somewhere else. Because this is where it's taking me. I mean, it'll take you deeper, but if you allow it. So this is all about idealizing one path. You know, something looks better from the distance, but it may have. Let me tell you something, and it does happen a lot. This is why they come back. It has its own challenges. What looks better from a distance have its own challenges. So we don't appreciate what we already have. All right, because there's a lot of value here. All right, what we overlooking a lot of times. So we explore our desires honestly, without feeling tied to somebody else. So this is when you have a conversation. All right, I don't know exactly how you're communicating, but hopefully when I start teaching how to have a healthy, and I'm saving that for the channel members, and that is going to be coming in next week. All right, I have to set some things up here. All right, so a lot of the times here, all right, there are value, there are blessings, and there's opportunities in this current relationship. All right, that we overlook. We overlook because we looking somewhere else. All right, and so this asks you what specific need isn't being met. Where are you? All right, you ask them, what am I not doing? No, you have. I'm gonna give you one thing that you can ask them without saying, oh, you know, you always this, you always that, you know, love me, blah blah blah. Don't go through all the unnecessary and this is what happens. Too much over explaining. When we limit our identity to the 468 people, everything in our life becomes a curse. The people around us, the job, we don't identify with life. We're supposed to think bigger. Venus is about expanding, and of course we got Venus in the 5th house, and we also have Jupiter expanding your love, blessing relationships. You could get that, but you don't understand Venus because you want to move through life so quick. Venus with Jupiter there is going to bring you blessings and abundance. It touches if it's chaotic, it's going to match your energy. If it's supposed to be healthy, it'll move you forward, but you have to communicate. And you're not doing that. You're arguing with each other. I don't put my expectations on the person, all right? I put my expectations on God. You know, this is what I expect. This is what I want. This is what I desire. This is what I require, all right? And the moment you stop speaking, the moment you fold, all right? So you have to help him. You have to help him. I'm going to say it again. You have to help him. What you do is stop fighting. You're not going to get nowhere like that. You're not going to get nowhere like that. They looking for it just as much as you do. We all get confused by love, all right? So at the end of the day, when you understand, when you plant here, sometimes it grows, all right? When we plant in our own soil, in our own garden, rather than finding a new one, I'm going to say it, all right? We get a genuine opportunities for a lot of things to exist here, all right? Rather staying somewhere that doesn't longer support our growth, all right? You got to understand this energy. So what am I comparing my life, my relationships, and my path to? Am I seeing the full picture or only the highlights? One needs your attention, care, and cultivate your current situation, but ask those questions. We always think bigger, better over there. It's like a family. Let's say, I got somebody in my family, right? They think that somebody else's family is better. They're just better in a more financial situation. When you get there, oh, this family is just as crazy as mine. All right? We start looking at them like they better. We can start looking at them through that lens. No, they're not better. They're not better. All right? They're just a little better off. All right? They're not as financially challenged. All right? They're going in through they're experiencing this life. All right? Their journey doesn't look like yours. Doesn't have to look like yours. All right, that's what we do when we look at when we look under other grass. Oh wow, they're doing things better. Wow, but they have challenges too. All right, so you have the conversation, and I'm telling you, the faith, the optimism, and the blessings of Jupiter that is in the 5th house along with Venus is going to bring you, especially with Mercury retrograde in the 4th house, any of those kind of relationships. But you got to speak it. You got to put it into practice. You don't do nothing. You just wait. Now you're angry. Use your energy to build, to grow. You speak the life that you want. You create it from within. And if you don't understand, it's going to be so hard for you. And, all right, this is about your spiritual muscles here. This is why I will never stop using this card, because you got to understand this is the being of ground. Your energy, the body, the earth is what anchors your light. Don't hold on to your light. All right? Understand what that Page of Pentacles is telling you. And I wish you the best. All right? I wish you the best. You got to understand the Page of Pentacles. It's not what you think it is. All right? I'm sorry. Womp, womp, womp. Womp, womp, womp. All right? There is too much stubbornness here, and the earth is rooted, and your body is rooted. The one thing about the ego is grounded on being strong. All right? You got to start speaking the life you want, because womp, womp, womp. This is not what you think it is. Yeah, of course, we gave him some earth, because this is how you performing here on earth. Okay? You came here to grow. All right? Speak, but you got to speak your truth. All right? And that should set you free. Don't hold on to nobody that doesn't want. When we look at integrity, all right, it's to act with integrity and love. It's to be honest about your feelings, your needs, and your boundaries. Don't stay in the relationships, okay, out of guilt, fear, oh my God, intensity. All right, make choices that are built around your heart and their heart. Don't stay because, oh my God, why did I just put so much in it? All right, when you act with integrity, all right, it's like wielding a sword. All right, you understand me? So you got to understand her, boy. You didn't get none here. Well, you got that sword in it. And then you just a backstab. You are self-betraying the truly standards that you have. Whatever you've been told, whatever you've been taught when you was a child, they stay with you. They stay with you. They do not leave you at all. They don't leave you, period, unless you start putting something new. You understand me? Theirs don't leave them, and yours don't. The conditioning that we get when we grow up, those are more powerful. And I don't care what you do here, when you start understanding yourself deeper, all right? Because at the end of the day, we all want what is on somebody else's grass. We don't tend our own grass. We look at what they doing. We don't see our own blind spots, and how dare we? All right? Oh, wow, they must be better. No, they're not better. Everybody got their struggles. This energy affects us all. This gives us an opportunity to grow. It challenges you where you need to grow. All right? It's not easy. Who said love is easy? Love is the most complicated thing that we have to do. And when we look at love, this energy is all about using your creative energy to elevate your projects, all right? And things that allow you to express yourself, your imagination. That's what the energy is for, all right? Not easy. No, it's not. We get confused. Oh, wow. Man, love hurts. I don't want to be in love again. All right, I'm going to get off your energy, which is beautiful. And you're going to continue to get this Page of Pentacles, all right? He's talking about the light. Your body is the one that anchors this light. What the hell are you holding on to the pentacle? Why are you holding on to it? Well, for what? You trying to anchor this. You trying to make something grow. Something becomes tangible. Manifestations requires thought, action, deed, word. All right? Ain't that the truth? All right? Don't stop holding on to your damn light. You don't understand what this energy is telling you. All right? Put it into practical. You put it into use. You got beautiful gifts. You're highly intelligent. But boy, oh boy, when it comes to love, we don't understand it. All right, and then when we fall in love, oh wow, I want him to stay with me. I feel so good. They all feel so good to me. All right, we go head crazy over love. Man, we go crazy over love. I know I was a crazy love. Well, what I thought it was love. What you think is love is truly not. You need to elevate and find, because love is blind. And it'll take over your mind. I don't even know myself. That was the songs back in the day with my girl EVE. Yeah, with me and my best friend. Oh boy, we used to have a lot of fun with those. Of course, tragedies come out of love, because sometimes we make decisions, and then when we look, it's too late. The body, we go in the body. We live in our nervous system, right? And when we understand that the heart produces, and of course, send more signals to the brain, and the brain does to the heart. We incredible. We're magnetic. We powerful. But we act like we don't know. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I want to stay here. I don't want to speak. No. I'm not ready for it. It feels good. Let me just stay having sex. And let me cook and clean and do it, which is great. You take care of your responsibilities. I don't want to step into my power. I'm not used to that power. Because with great power comes with great responsibility. You just don't want to respond. No, I don't want to be the one responsible. No, I don't think I can handle it. You can handle it. You can handle it. You can handle it. No, I want to stay cute and dumb. I want to stay cute and dumb. That's better. My favorite songs what's love's got to do? It got everything to do with it, because love is the strong force. It's an unseen force. You can't see gravity, right? Pulls as we orbit this beautiful physical, because we see the physical, and in between that into woman is the non-physical, right? Because we look at things from our physical eyes, but when we look at it in our spiritual eyes, wow, I am that. And love has everything to do with it. And so of course we cannot, we trying to I know I did it, trying to tame love. You try to tame it, it's gonna hurt you. No, I gotta go, I gotta do other stuff. I came here to grow. I don't stay here to get stuck with one person. This was why, anyway, even if I talk about marriage, right? When we go back to ancient Egypt, why was marriage even exist today? This is why we see divorce rating so high. All right? Love is kindness, patience, understanding, commitment. But do you accept my mess? But if you see what's in my closet, can you handle that? No, I can't handle that. No, that's too much for me. Ooh, you did what? You slept with who? Oh, no, I don't know. Ugh. Right? Now all of a sudden they don't accept you. Now all of a sudden they like the outside, they like the booty, and they like the eyes, whatever. But when they say, oh no, you got too much shit. No. And then and guess what? Your standards are showing. All right. For every person that's been a little more challenged in other areas, there's someone for you out there. The only thing that happens is when it comes to soulmates, they become different as you get older. They might not be as good looking. They might not be your expectations or all that. It might be boring, but they might be good for you. No, my soul wants. No, I don't know. It feels good because you feel calm, you happy, but the other part of you haven't integrated. No, I don't. I can't deal with that. No, I don't. No, man, can I look at? No, man. I wanted somebody. If you have somebody ugly, chances you're gonna get somebody beautiful later on. And if you have somebody beautiful, you're gonna get somebody. It's just that simple. That's just the math. I mean, will you be honest about that? And if you had them both, then that's a problem. All right, because now you got a lot of variety, man. I don't know, right? So you got that is. I'm telling you, when you look at it, you be like, man, I don't know. Damn, I don't. Can I do it? I don't know, man. Oh, they're not what I think, because we want to please. No, we want to please the public. We might be miserable. Oh, we are miserable. We know that my soul said, damn it, man. No, but we create culture, and then we get scared because, now they're gonna judge me. All right, they don't look as good. They don't got the body, whatever it is. We just do stupid stuff. We put the culture, and then we get to step into the culture that we created. Now we get dumb. If we created it, we do the magazines. We go to the likes. We step into that energy. We do. We like the sexy, but we don't really want that life all the time, And then when it comes, man, this person's not that good looking, man. I don't know, man. It's really wild, But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. And so when we, us as human beings, we're pattern seeker, and our brains are wired to look for cause and effect anyway. All right. And what I mean by that, direction, uncertainty at the end of the day triggers stress and anxiety. All right. And when we look for external signs, mentors, or systems to help you navigate, because we need navigation, and we have our navigation system, our guidance system. All right. Because instinctively, we want predictable outcomes. All right. And so when we are, man, I have this compass, but I'm walking around, right, with this fog. Let me see here. I don't know what sounds a little shallow if you only got based on looks. Yeah, but this is the real. No, this is the truth. All right. It is all over. It is true, and I mean, you could. How much time are you spending on social media? All right. Everybody got a section. The ones that already been there, like me, I'm in my 50s. What the hell? What I got to look? I got to pass the torch to somebody else. And then I got to teach them. What I got to look in the bar hanging out? What am I hanging out? For what? What am I doing with young kids? I'm trying to live my eyes through there. I'm missing something. Let them go. Yeah, go ahead. You can ask. What am I doing hanging out in a bar with these young what? You outgrew that and you still there. For what? Go teach. Help them. All right? Anyway, at the end of the day, we want external validation because society encourages external validation. We're raised to follow rules, careers, and roles rather than explore our internal guidance, right? And so I want to. This is what I want to do or be when I grow up. You know, we start searching from outside ourselves for answers, and of course that creates dependence on direction from others, teachers, parents, mentors, even societal norms. I will pass my priority course in the universe I'm currently wanting to for a result. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and give you your thing. And after this, I'm gonna go ahead. I'll be right back because I have to charge my phone. All right. When we look at the youth, man, which is for me, is everything here. All right. I want to teach you guys emotional literacy. You know, I wanna help you understand a little bit of discipline as a student, follower, family here, right? Because a lot of us, we are scared. You know, we're gonna make the wrong choice. You know, when we understand that it's not that when it comes to love, it's not that it's gonna last. You know, it's not gonna. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna last. I'm not gonna promise you that, but I'm gonna let you know that you're gonna live it through. You're gonna live it through. Enjoy it. Hey, James, hey, Bozy. All right, I'm gonna pin your question. I'm gonna go charge. Put my phone to charge. I'll be right back. Learn. All right. What do you like your person? Do you like how they make you feel? Do you feel? How do you feel when you're around them? If you already feel anxious, right? You gotta learn how to model your boundaries, not the fear, so you could understand how to mirror the energy. All right. And so, all right. I'll be right back. I gotta charge. I definitely gotta charge mine. All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. Okay, who I was with? She changed her question. Ariana 116. All right, so let me go with Aries, and then I'm out of here. Thank you guys so much for showing up. I might be back this afternoon with another, or this evening, but I have to prepare the energy for tomorrow, Saturn's day. And it's that one is a little bit more difficult because it deals with and how not to be a people pleaser. All right, let's go ahead. Ariana, she wanted quick now, and then she'll be back, or she'll stay watching until she gets confused, more confused. All right, and so let's go ahead with Aries. Aries, we're gonna look at your 7 days, starting right now. Okay, you got Saturn in your house, and for those of you with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Aries, this is for you as well. But you already know that. All right, there's bliss, happiness within you, Aries, as you for today. All right, so today you should be feeling amazing with Venus energy in the 5th house. All right, children, family, healing, relationships. Of course, we got Mercury retrograde, so that's one of the cards for you. Bliss, even if you're by yourself. All right, feeling like a little child in love. All right, everything's going well, taking care of the family, doing what I have to do, working, and of course, setting an example. I mean, when we choose a husband or a wife, we want somebody that's dependable, right? Somebody that has their stuff together. Some of you are stuck on a crossroads, all right? There's travel and there's experiencing new things. This is for the next 7 days. And one more. You got this when I did the shorts if you want to go back and check. All right, reconnecting here, but not too sure. And there's an ex-lover, old spark. All right, you see these two people coming together, sacred union, marriage. All right, taking your old person back, and what? That's it. All right. So this is the 7 days. Some of you guys are single. You like it that way. Some of you guys, hey, I got my bliss back. All right, you got Saturn giving you that discipline. And what does that mean when it comes to love? All right, we're gonna look at Saturn's energy. It shows up. It shows up with the 10 of Pentacles. It shows up with the 10 of Wands. It shows up with the Devil's card. So don't get alarmed. It is, of course, restriction through awareness. You guys don't understand this, so of course the ones that are stuck in those low dense toxic pockets of consciousness, I understand. You've been told some things. A child, your childhood, fix that. And today's phase, release, reflect, and integrate. All right. Network, find friends, community, future goal, dreams. It's all there in the moon in Aquarius. So take the time to think. And when it comes to focus on long-term friendships, building communities, long-term visions, collective goals, things of that nature. All right. Those are the things that come to focus today. What you should be feeling. All right. What is the energy? What's shifting? What energy surrounding you, all right, today. And, of course, tapping into the heart space with the second card. The third card is all about their external energy or the universal's energy again. The fourth card, it will be the block. The 5th house, the divine, gives you a guidance. The 6th is the action that you have to take. And if you align yourself with this energy, all right, you watch the magic unfold. It's just that simple. All right, you don't have to go so big and try to change everything, every area. No, small, consistent choices. All right, that is what the lovers will bring you when you have that perfect balance. All right, nothing is perfect. We're not perfect. We're here to connect at the end of the day. One more for Aries. All right, one more. One more. Wow. All right, today, 3 of Pentacles. All right. So when it comes to luck, building something to last or repairing your relationships. I'm going to leave these two. Because the external energy is the King of Swords. All right. But I'm going to, because I grabbed them together. All right. So this is what's in your heart space. This is your desires, your hopes, and also your fears here. All right. This is your sacred vibration energy with the Page of Swords, right? You want love, you want to flirt, you want to have fun, you know. So this is all in your heart space, your sacred vibration. This is today how you should be feeling, looking at a cooperative kind of energy along with your partner, all right? Working towards, because it's already built here, all right? So you go back to the 3. So the external energy, it is the King of Swords, but he's also giving you reflection in the 4th house, all right? Let's go ahead. Let's look at the blocks and the challenges. This is the block. This might be causing you when it comes to too much partying. All right, too much outside influences here. All right, this is the block here. All right, spending money unnecessary, going out partying, just your social life. Okay, so it's affecting your connection to this person. Again, we go back to the 3. All right, if you look at it, let me bring it back over here. All right. So the challenge is this. If you change this and but what I like to most important, see the King of Swords, he's all analytical when it comes to love, right? He's more about logic over emotions. So right, going and it could be you, right, as well. Maybe you have the same energy, matching the energy. Very intellect. I want to know you first mentally, but we look at Mercury retrograde and healing the family, the foundations, rebuilding trust again, right? Communicating honestly, but this is about me going inward and doing the work, all right? You also have, and then one thing about the King of Swords, it does rule Virgo, which is of course a Earth sign, but it does rule Mercury, the ruling planet, all right? It's the communication style, and it's all about finding compromise through clear judgment, right? It's objectivity is through bias, all right? Unbiased and looking at things and trying to analyze, maybe putting too much, operating more from the mind kind of energy. So the external energy here is the 3 of Cups, all right? This is what's the block, influence, all those things when it comes to social. We look at the Aquarian moon energy, what's happening today, right? And so that goes, it reflects back to that energy as well through socializing groups. All right. Maybe wanting to go out with your person. Because I want to be seen here. It's like I'm bored. I want to travel. Is what we build. See, because if you get another 3, what we envision, right? What we build together, now we could celebrate here, but are they celebrated without you? But you already understand this card better than me. Because you say, oh, I'm in a third party situation. Not necessarily. All right, this is probably going out again after trust. All right, do you let them go out? But I'll find out. Let's see here. Let's go ahead. Let's go into your 5th card. And the 5th card is the one that gives you the guidance that you might not want, but that you need. Queen of Swords. The Queen of Wands. This is the guidance for you. All right. Look at this. You show up here. The divine shows up here. And it's all about assertiveness. When you see this card, this is about topic, because you got a lot of masculine energy here, right, Aries? And she's going to make decisions not based on emotion, logic, passion, right, but on truth, all right? So you might want to communicate things, or you might want to be able to, like, find that special thing that you so much enjoy. What is something? Because there's something here that you haven't done. There's some things here that you say I'm gonna do, but I've been putting something on hold. I've been postponing something here. But when we look at Mercury retrograde, and it's gonna give you that time to revisit some things from the past. One needs your attention. One needs for you to let go. And so where are you more emotionally guarded? Where are you trying to pretend that everything's fine instead of communicating here? Because today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. All right, Tuesday, we're not there yet. All right, so this is on Tuesday. If you do the guidance here, if you stop postponing your truth, all right, because the energy, you got to understand, Aries, Saturn is in your house. Okay, it's all about discipline through structure, building a better foundation, but doing it honestly. So this is not the time to avoid those conversations, but not with them, with yourself. This is when you journal. This is where you write out your feelings. This is where you could be more disciplined in love. This is where you could be more using your strength and your power, right? So let's go ahead to, but it's a little bit more. I'm going to give you a little bit more into this energy because this is a quick right now. And so then you look into, with this Knight of, not the Knight, with this Tower in the reverse, right? Because here is the action to take, all right? They're telling you, all right, is a personal question allowed? I was asking you and you left, so that means that you don't want the message. You couldn't hold on and wait. So now you want to come back tomorrow, great. So the Tower in reverse, because right, uh, let's say that you are reconnect, because you got reconnect in the relationship, travel, maybe traveling less here, because this one thing about the Tower, it is your explosive side, right? Because this one wants to break, and but this one is restricting through what's happening now. Let me see if I can explain this right, right? Because Aries, you got to understand, Saturn is restricting some things so you can have the discipline that you need. All right. So he's restricting some things for you. It's like if you're trying to make if you're trying to build a foundation quick without taking a careful view onto what I did. Your approach to the situation, right? There's some things that you have to take accountability for, like your anger, your trust issues. Because when I look at this energy, it's like, look, if I'm in a relationship, Aries, and I designated my man to call me, I forbid him to go to certain places, right? I'm putting him on a short leash. I don't see it here, but I know where it's going. All right? If I control men hate to be controlled. All right? You say you can't do this, or you can go out with that friend, you know? You keep them on a leash, right? Nobody likes it, you know? So I set some strict rules here. So you're gonna have to allow things to, right? Work through these, speak about these things. All right? If you don't want to go, it's fine. If they want to go, do you trust that they go? So basically the Tower, all right, it doesn't build that quickly. All right? It doesn't build, the foundation is not, let's just say that you dealing with somebody that you was the cause of their relationship to break. Let's just say that you were the other woman. You understand? So if you let's just say that you're dealing with somebody that has somebody, right? And you cause that relationship to end, then you taking accountability. You looking at what you did, because it's gonna come back to you. All right? It's just going to come back to it. It's just that simple. When we allow somebody's freedom rather than controlling them, because somebody's very strict here, somebody gets jealous, dealing with your insecurities, find out what it is about you, how much power you give, and how much power you have in relationships. All right? If you do these things here, right, because this is the action to take, all right? Because it's like I'm trying to have a connection that is built on false foundations, kind of energy. Because that's what it is. But I got to deal with me, with my anger issue. Maybe go into anger management. I don't know exactly your explosive side. All right. And if you do that, if you take that action here, you have healing. Because anyways, in sequence, a lot of times tarot goes in sequence, and this lines up with the, right? Because she pours out wisdom, inspiration onto others. All right, she deals with that because she has to heal. It's like you cannot just stay in this energy all the time and pretend everything is fine. You have to experience the Tower before you get to the healing. But if you don't take care of this, you be like, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. Everything is wrong with them. Even if you're so nice, giving, you have to take some responsibilities here for what happened in the relationship. All right, and communicating early and seeing the warning signs. All right. Because everybody at the end of the day, everybody's scared to be abandoned. Everybody has abandonment issues, fear. All right, you cannot go right to the Tower, from the Tower into the Star card and say, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with me." That's denial, that's avoidance, and that is a defensive energy. The way you cope with it is, I don't want to hear, I don't care about nothing. Dealing with your anger issues is very important for you to understand that, because the Queen of Wands, she knows her worth, but she's also at her lowest. She's superstitious, right? She understands things of courage through her passions, through her fire, through her Mars, through her masculine. Have to learn how to hold polarity, so you can understand that healing is possible. There is renewal after heartbreak, after betrayal, after loss. We all go through towers. All right, we can say, oh, I'm never gonna experience, cheating. And how can you overcome that when the person has cheated, or you're the one that's been in a situation and you try to build with a person that you just came out of you know what I mean, a relationship that wasn't yours, if you intervene in a marriage? Because here, this is a cross energy here. All right, And let me say, it's personal questions allowed. Not no more. But anyway, don't postpone your truth. Don't make decisions based, right, on other external validation, external what other people experience. Have your own experience. Find your healing. When couples come together and they speak their truth, the alignment happens here. All right, but you have to speak honestly, genuinely. What is my fault in the relationship? Learn how to deal with your because you got a lot of masculine energy, by the way. You might be not understanding your overdriven nature when it comes to your side, you know, or even let's just say that you're not it's not for you. If you're not dealing with somebody or you broke up their marriage, because it's gonna happen to you at the end of the day. You get to experience what the other person experienced. Period. All right. So let's just say that that was the case. When you turn a blind eye and I don't want to deal with that. I will not deal with no feelings. I don't want to deal with it. Sometimes you got to face. These blinders don't stay on for long. This is when Mercury goes direct. They come off. They don't stay on for long at all, period, at the end. You don't want to see it because you don't want to see it. You want to make believe everything's great. You want to sweep things under the rug, and that's okay. And it'll follow you. All right? But anyway, at the end of the day, that's what Saturn is doing in your first house. It is restricting you here through because it wants to awaken you. All right? Araya, you can put that face and Jimmy Crack Corn and I don't care. Jimmy Crack Corn and I don't care, Araya. I was calling you earlier and I would not have these conversations with nobody that doesn't understand when it comes to Saturn, all right, that is in your first house. And when it comes to love, he's not in the love. He's not about the love. Good morning, Juanita. All right? He is in relationship because Venus is all about attraction and love and joy, harmony. Jupiter's expansion, and you got it here. All right? You got Saturn here, you got Capricorn. You got a lot of different energies here. All right? But then Saturn is about structure, baby. Look, Saturn. Saturn is about structure, commitment, and responsibility. I got to take responsibility for the things that I said and did and not did, and how I want to restrict somebody here because love is about freedom. All right? Love is about trusting that you made the right decision, that you believe and you trust in yourself. All right? When we can sit with our uncertainty. Because when Saturn shows up here in love, it represents commitment over fantasy. Choosing someone for the long term, not just the, right, the feeling, not just the feeling. I just don't want to go with the feeling of it. All right, let me get this young girl out of here. She is really working my nerve. Let me get her out of here. All right, because we're here to learn. If you are looking for quick now, I'm gonna put you on timeout for 30 minutes. You can come back later. This is when we don't anchor, when we're not aligned with truth, when we just want to, and it's good because when you're learning, if you're young and learning, have fun. Go ahead. You come back in a couple of years and watch these live videos, and then you'll learn. And then what it is that this Three of Pentacles is telling you, all right? Because these two could become this one person, and they get to do it together, all right? They work together, they cooperate, or they get outside help, all right? They get a mentor, a guide, a counselor. On our own, with our intellect, with our passions, with our desires here, look at this, all right? We got to take responsibility, all right? We got to take responsibility for what I've done, or maybe you're not aware of it, all right? If you don't find a counselor that helps you deal, all right, and give you a plan here, how to go and go about, understanding yourself a little bit more, a little deeper, all right? Because when you understand commitment over fantasy, choosing someone for the long term, not just the feelings, but boundaries and emotional maturity, time, patience, and endurance, and the karmic lessons at the end of the day. When relationships, because a lot of cards, they speak of karmic. We all come with past baggage, and we get stuck here, right? Because we don't know which path to choose. Do I leave them? I want to try. I'm so boring, you've been stuck in this archetype. You've been stuck in this, you've been stuck in some way, in some form, all right? Because the cat understands spirit, matter, energy, right? We all energy, all right? And when I want to take my, at the end of the day, for any karmic lessons in relationship is what I'm going to learn before love because love will stabilize. It's not saying it won't. All right. But when we reopen our wounds, we cause these tower moments. You're going to keep, but at the end of the day, you're going to keep repeating a lot of tower moments. How long would this reading take if I was to do it, live? If I was to do a video. All right. And I'm going to be doing them so you can understand that we live in time, pressure, and truth here. All right. So when this shows up, this is a very Saturn energy. It's giving you the opportunity. All right. Maybe you have your. A lot of people do. They Saturn in their first in the third house. All right. But what happens with Saturn in your first house is slow building relationships. It tests us in love, distance, time, and emotional walls. And it also gives you delay so you could get it. It's time. This is the time. All right? You don't get a redo. All right? At least you're going to learn how to do this energy all over again with somebody else. You're gonna learn, you're gonna do it all again with somebody else. All right? So when you're dealing with that fear of abandonment or rejection, all right, you need to work through these. You have to work through them. All right? Partners who feel serious, older, reserved, or emotionally cautious. You have to understand what Saturn, not only Venus, Jupiter, Mars, your drive, your ambition, the way you love, the way you sex. You're a very powerful energy, and all right? But when you look at the shadow side Saturn, he could be emotional cold, all right? Or distancing you from somebody, okay? Until you work through your issues. It's not even about them, it's about you, all right? And so when you're feeling not enough or not undeserving of love, relationships could start feeling heavy and restricted, and that is Saturn, all right? But when Saturn is mature, Saturn becomes very powerful, loyal, and stable, all right? We build this together type of love, all right? We have deep respect and reliability. Remember, Venus is I want you, Jupiter, I believe in us, and I only see this here. Where's the Three of Wands, right? This is just one person, all right, for what I see here. So it's telling you to initiate the spark. All is not love. All is not lost, all right? Accept things and move forward. Don't open no wounds, all right? And Saturn is, I choose you, and I will stay with you, baby, and I will build with you. I will build with you. It's telling you right there, all right? So I'm going to show you a lot of things here, but you have to give yourself, I need for a lot of you guys to have an open mind and not understanding the shadow, understanding Saturn, and understanding Saturn awakening you through restrictions when it comes to life lessons, all right? Because when you get the devil, that's saying that you're trapped in those lessons, all right? And the theme there, it is limitation, symbolically, right? When we get trapped in these material survival loops, all right, because there's a desire here, all right, of controlling this behavior there. You have the desire, all right, but you are going to start understanding things, all right, because when you understand that our behavior, let me see who's there, all right, when we have this desire, because the fear, wow, I'm forgetting that I can understand this at a higher level of awareness, all right? That awareness creates that boundary, and I don't see it, he only see the two, all right? So when you look at Saturn in love, the lessons in relationships, all right, there's attraction there, but they're serious. There are testing phases, of course. There's distance, there's confusion, all right? There's pressure, because it gives you pressure. And the commitment questions will arise, Aries, all right? So the separation lesson is not integrated, or at the end of the day, you want a deep, long-term union. If you master that lesson, all right? And why Saturn feels heavy in love is because it asks you, are you emotionally stable, or are you choosing love, or are you choosing fear? All right? Can this connection survive? Can this connection survive real life? All right? Because it removes fantasy and it shows you reality. All right? When we look at Saturn's higher lessons, right, when it comes to love, all right, when it's integrated, you look, one thing about it, when you integrate this energy, you're not only going to become, the person's going to become loyal, enduring, mature, deeply committed, but you're going to build this to last through time. It's not flashy energy. It is real. All right? And that energy rules Aquarius and Capricorn. Capricorn and Aquarius. All right? So understand a little bit about the devil. I mean, not the devil, but Saturn, which it speaks of the goat, Capricorn, and also Aquarian energy. So, yeah, there is healing. There is healing, all right? Remember that Saturn time limitation structure and the heaviness is a fated, inevitable, all right? Because Saturn feels restricted, serious, and heavy in reality because it's about the boundaries of the material world and the life lessons in reality, all right? So when we understand us here in the physical, all right? Uh, I might be trapped by the illusions of it, all right? And unhealthy attachment patterns is fear-based control anyway, okay? So I am going to leave it there, and I hope that this helped you understand a little bit more, all right? I see it here. If you evolve, when I get the world card, all right, and that's different energy. But when you see this, all right, you think it's doom. It means structure, timing, and karma, and the lessons through commitment. All right, it's slow building love. It's not an instant romance. Attraction that grows over time. Relationships feel serious and faded. This is the energy of we don't rush, we build. All right, and Saturn, of course, offers people together the unemotional patterns, and you go through these difficulty stages, right? And so they feel intense, but they're serious at the end of the day. And when you start to understand that, it's just that simple. Understand your Saturn, all right? And of course, it rules the 10th house. And on the 10th house, when it comes to your soulmate, it's a powerful force of hard work, self-control, and responsibility, all right? Though they are not all work and no play. So your chances of meeting your soulmate through work here, all right, is what networking at the same time here, all right? So please understand what this is telling you. If you're not, you're gonna be going at least understanding. Oh, I gotta work through. Yeah, all right. You gotta work through. This is the time, and this is where you do whatever you have to do. Okay. We have to understand that we got to go through the death of the ego, and we have to go through some tower moments. So be easy. Understand what you're going through. Some changes here. All right. They are part of your lesson, the soul's trials. You're welcome so much. All right. The more I do these readings live, you start to understand. All right. She's assertive, but the one thing about the Queen of Wands, all right, she asserts her independence. She speaks of inspiration, inspiring others, uplifting others. So if you're in a relationship with, you're not being uplifted, you're not being challenged to be the better version of yourself. If you're constantly complaining, oh my God, in a bad mood, cursing, and just it's crazy. Look, what I see here is just insane. All right. When I'm blaming and complaining, let me see how I fix my relationship. Let me learn a little bit more about myself. All right. When we're trying to tame love, love cannot be tamed. Love is freedom. All right. When she asserts her will on others, she's going to be resented for it. All right. Use your power to heal, to grow. Use your magic. All right. She's because when we look at ambition here, all right. What ambitions, what desires you left? There's things that you wanted to do. All right. This is the time for you to get serious about the things that you want to do, Aries. All right. We put so much purpose on love. What does purpose in love means to you? All right. We are told so many things that we don't understand. Freedom, magic, and growth. Exactly. All right. I'm not going to give it to you easy. I'm not going to give you and pretend what they give you. I know what I'm looking at here. When I look at it, it might make you... Look, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. If it was easy, love is free. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Nobody has the guts to tell you, listen, you got a bad temper. You curse a lot. All right? You get angry too quick. You got the energy of course, Mars. That's your ruling planet. Learn how to integrate your feminine and masculine energy. All right? Enjoy. People, I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'm not doing it here. All right? If it was easy, everybody will be live, giving you uplifting, empowering, and grounded energy, but they're not, because they want you to, like me. I don't want you to like me. All right? I don't want you to like me. I want you to love yourself into evolution, and by any means necessary, because I had to learn this myself. All right? You learn, and I'm happy. You take something with you. Say, you know what? Let me start let me see where I can work. Get a mentor. Get a guide. Get somewhere. I don't care if you go to church. I don't care if you go and have a level of surrender. Yes, the Queen of Wands could be bossy. You know that. She could be bossy. All right? But one thing about her, she's supposed to be an inspiring manager, doing something using her creative. Not her low. At our lowest, we like this cat. We go with our instincts, all right? And if we are not grounded in truth and reality, then of course we're gonna miss it by far. Love yourself into evolution. You know, she could become demanding. She's a very demanding at the same time. Oh, you know, this is when they say happy wife, happy life. You know, we could look up. We could look. Oh no, it's all right. Don't worry about it. And then we plan these. We plan. You know, we plan things here. But anyway, listen. Again, you're gonna keep getting pages over and over and over again. All right. Let your person know how you feel. Don't postpone your truth. All right, work. You could. This is anything is workable too. And if you've been the other mistress, even if you know your person got another mistress, this might not be you having a mistress. This could be them having a mistress. You know, because then you start feeling bad on yourself. You know, oh wow, you know, is it me? No, it's just that they're nasty. That's it. It's just they nasty. All right, you gotta help them not to be nasty. You gotta tell them it's not okay. I'm not gonna let the comfort and the comfort. You put me in a good position here. You giving me everything, and I'm gonna still deal with your nastiness. All right, and so I'm gonna understand that. All right, and so there was more that I wanted to give you with the beautiful Queen of Wands energy, because at her highest she is energetic, she's powerful, she's encouraging, she loves, you know, she loves people, right? You love people. You love your kids. You love to be, you know, in the leadership. All right. You're gonna have to learn how to put your big panties on. All right. Because this person, she doesn't avoid things, but she uses her higher mind. All right. I'm gonna leave it there because I want to go on and on and on, but I'm gonna leave it there. And it's hard because when you give direction to people, especially to the youth, and they see that. I'm beautiful, I'm this and that. That's all that I used to say that dumb stuff. All right? I feel like I've attended an AM Amplified Psychological course. Wow. Yeah, thank you. But when it comes to, you know, human pattern seekers, our brains are wired to look for these things. And without a map and direction, uncertainty could trigger the hell out of us. Oh, God. Oh, this create dependency and direction from others, teachers, parents, mentors, even societal norms. We got to wake up. All right? When you go tell somebody, when we just focus on the superficiality and we don't see the power, because the yellow, it stands for warning, but it stands for jealousy. Understand my shadow. Can I love you? Can I be angry with you? All right? Yeah, I could still love you. When we use our discernment, you know, when we use our discernment, we're able to judge clearly, right? Because at the end of the day, we know that we experience our life, all right? You guys been told the wrong thing. When we understand discipline, when it comes to love, all right, without discipline, the banks of the waters that you've seen in the star card. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. All right, I'm gonna let you sit with that one and understand yourself a little bit better. Yeah, you're intense energy, but you have to learn how to control your anger. All right, not everything is about you, Aries. All right, I'm sorry. I want to just give it to you straight. The identity that you look is the thing. You know what it is? Is that the ego? Your ego confuses you. All right, your ego will trick you. All right, so the thing here is that it is the ego between your higher self and your ego. All right, and when your ego doesn't understand that your soul is tired. All right, your soul is tired. You might be tired. Damn, I'm tired. All right. So the struggle is here between your higher self and your ego self. But the ego and the higher self are in still constant war here. But the higher self is going to get your ego to get it done. Your ego doesn't recognize these things. All right. All right. Thank you guys so much. I wish I had something a little bit more, right? But I just had it. All right. And if I offended you, that was not my intention. You exhausted? No, I'm not exhausted. I'm good. Listen. Let love uplift you, not drain you. All right? The message is to encourage you, to inspire you. All right? I want to be with a connection rather than chasing it. I want somebody that stay open to new possibilities here and clinging on to the old patterns. All right? I want to trust the spark that motivates me. Okay? To be more authentic. All right? To be my best self. I want to have those heartfelt conversations. All right? I want to renew the connection. the relationship that has potential, that motivates me to a positive change. Not somebody that's going to keep triggering me. All right? I want people to nurture. And I want to be able to nurture back and forth. Thank you so much for you. Okay? Thank you. All right? So anyway, compromises instead of conflict. All right? I thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Authenticity. No, we can't. No. I'd rather be, no. I gotta be what the ego wants me to be. And then the ego forms through other people's expectations. Your ego only forms through other people. Identity. All right? Aries, you're in the first house. You identify with how the world sees you. Whether that they see you in a good light or in a positive light, in a bad light or dark light, you agree with it. You agree with it. Be authentic. Be you. Shine. It's okay to shine where you at. All right? You don't got to look like everybody else. You don't have to be this supermodel. I don't care if you between 150 pounds to 300 pounds. Shine, baby. Shine. Be authentic. Be you. All right? Deal with your insecurities. It's time to deal with those insecurities. We get those insecurities because of the conditioning, right? Or it starts with our childhood. But when somebody gives you identity, your ego forms, it attaches to it. Oh yeah, I look good, I got a big butt, I got a nice face, blah blah blah. That's one thing. That's not the only thing about you. You got a spirit. All right? You got this beautiful light. People are not gonna be able to see that through all that ego. All right? Be authentic. It's okay. It's okay to see God. First, understand it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to go in the spirit. You got a beautiful spirit here. All right? You don't have to be jealous. All right? They're going to leave. Bid them a farewell. Do it honestly. All right? Speak your truth. All right? But don't shut your light. Don't shut your light for others. All right? Learn how to have a more healthy approach without going off the deep end. All right? Educate yourself. All right? If you haven't finished school, there's something that you want to do here. All right? She's assertive, kind, she's powerful, she's soft, she's strong. All right? Okay? That's right. All right? But sometimes, when we get into a relationship with a married person, all right? Either you're a person with a married person or, it happens, but it comes back to us. Don't think that you got away with it, because you didn't get away with it. All right? You just made it worse. You just it's just going to take a little longer, but now it's going to be that discipline. All right? I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right? I'm not going to take your question because you was here before, but you're bouncing to the next one. My point exactly. I don't know how old you are. I don't know if you're ready to bounce. Go ahead. Listen. Experience life. At least the only thing I'm trying to steady you. I'm trying to help you explore. But what I'm not gonna do here is say, yeah, go ahead, and then you're gonna come and blame me, and you're not ready. You're not ready. You are still go explore, live your life, learn. Some people learn through other people's experiences. Some learn by the hard lessons, and some they just never learn at all. They never grow up. All right. They never just grow up. All right. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye-bye. Bye, Alexi. Love you guys. See you guys tomorrow.